Hey guys, and welcome to my first ever modded tournament, at least those of that I'm hosting. It should be some really good fun today. We have 4 competitors. They're going to be setting out in 2 best-of-3 semi-finals, followed up by a best-of-5 final. Today we have the legendary warriors Ilmatar up against Stormrunner, and after that we have Wicked D taking on Ninja Penguin himself. Now there's a few differences about this tournament as a whole. We're going to be on Ultra Funds, Ultra unit sizes, and the Total War Warhammer 2 Grimhammer 2 mod. Quite a mouthful there of the, I think it's SFO Grimhammer, I believe what it's called, but it's very exciting. We have a little look here and you can see there's a load of changes to different units. There's a load more characters in the game as well. A load of special units, Special Regiment Renowned, a new style of unit, which is a legendary unit, kind of similar to Regiment Renowned, but very, very powerful stuff indeed. If you go down into campaign exclusives, often you can find some more units as well, like Moore's Clan Rats, for example, on the forces of the Skaven. So should be some good fun. Should be some good fun. There we go. So Storm to pick and ban 2. Map is set. Awesome, awesome. But these guys know the map is set. We're going to be on a Starlian tomb. I keep calling Storm Strom for some reason. I don't know what it is. Every time I type on the keyboard, it's like, no, Storm does not exist. Strom is for the strong. What up, what up? Good afternoon. Hello, Mr. DM Mags. What's up, Geese Howard? Dragon, Wicked D, Kelliger Ironfist. Oh, yes, Skaven Slaves are a little bit more expensive, but if you have an overlook on them here, there's 280 of them in a unit. So we are getting quite a few bang for your buck realistically. So there's all the price changes in general. Lots of unit size changing as well. So elite units are sometimes a bit smaller than they would be on the base game. And basically the mod in general is kind of based around making the game as lore friendly as physically possible, whilst also sprinkling in 1 or 2 really fun mechanics. There's a lot more to kind of manage, a lot more abilities, a lot more magical items and stuff. So it can be a little bit scary sometimes. We'll have to see. Oh no, does it already say 3-0? That's probably because I left it up from previously. I mean, Storm would be very happy if he's running this at 3-0 in the beginning in a best of 3. But let's quickly change that around. Dude, I think that must have been from the, what was the last live stream I did? I think it was the Teach Me Total War event over the weekend, which thank you guys so much for tuning into that and supporting it. It was really, really awesome stuff. Afternoon, did you move to America? No, it's like 6:30 here in the UK. It's going to be wilder than a Skaven's mind. Oh, this is going to be some crazy stuff. This is going to be some crazy, crazy stuff. So, Storm is going to go Wood Elves, abandoning Bretonia and Dwarfs. Had a bit of a look around, of course. Yikes, Wood Elves. Wood Elves, if you go their sub-faction, so one thing these players need to know, and Ninja and Wicked D, if you guys are listening to this for your games, if you go into the sub-factions, sometimes they have special units that their base factions don't have. For example, the Wood Elves can basically get tree versions of your shop tea. It's insane. And feel free to use campaign exclusives. They are absolutely fine. Obviously, just have fun. This isn't a super competitive tournament. Players will be trying to follow, or will be following attacking rules and kind of the basic rules. But apart from that, it's just going to be a good fun laugh and a bit of a scrap. Now, today we've done it in-house. All these members on display are DBD members, so part of my clan. And if this is successful and you guys like this, want to see more of it in the future, please do let me know and I'll open up and we'll do a big public Grimhammer tournament as well, which I think would be good. I think it'd be pretty good fun. We'll have to wait and see how, people receive this. I normally don't do modded content, though I did do a modded video today, and it was really good fun. Me and Ninja have played about 5 or 6 games. A lot of the new stuff is very expensive, and we weren't on Ultra Funds at the moment, or at that time, so it's a little bit crazy, because I think it's definitely designed for Ultra Funds. So, let's quickly get up a screen blocker. Just because I've accidentally clicked on him, so I don't think I can click off. Ooh, there we go. I'll make that a little bit smaller as well. Oh no, can I not select image? There we go. There we go, awesome. We have a little duck in the middle. A little Skaven duck. Although there's no Skaven on display today. It's, so let's go. There we go. That should cover the majority of our bases. Just remind me to take that down, because I have a small habit of forgetting these things. Just don't allow Koyadil? Oh, is he? Yeah, just don't bring Koda, you'll be fine. I mean, you can bring him. What's the worst that can happen, Wicked? What's the worst that could happen? What's up, Grumby? How are you, champ? Hope you're all good today. Tell Stormrunner that Mercy is the final boss. Do you mean begging for Mercy or Mercy the Mad? Either way, that'd be a tough scrap. Yes, the Dreadlord quacketh indeed. Nick says, I think you should ask Sotek or Great Book of Grudges to do promotion for such kind of tournaments, because they are all about the modded games. Sure, I can reach out to them if we're going to be doing a bigger tournament on this. I am tempted to. Today, I want to do a nice chill tournament. The weekend was incredibly hectic, and I streamed about 5 hours and 15, I think, on the first day, and then a couple of hours on the second day, so all around it was, today I want to have a nice, super chill tournament, so we just had a word with a couple of the DVD guys, got 4 guys together, round up for a little bit of action for you today. Yeah, I could try Indie Pride Wicked. I know he's a very busy dude. He was actually going to be involved in the Teach Me Total War event, but his channel's kind of going crazy at the moment, I think, with all the Total War Warhammer 3 news and stuff, so I don't know if he'd be available. If he is, hell yeah. I'd super be down for working with Indie Pride. Big fan. I mean, a fan of... The first person I ever found for Total War was a Legend, I believe. And then a guy called Mr. Smart Donkey. And then I watched a load of their stuff, saw some Indie Pride, and then my PCs couldn't run Warhammer, basically. I played Warhammer 1. I could just about do campaigns. I couldn't really do multiplayer at all. It was really sad. And I couldn't run Warhammer 2. So I didn't really focus too much on the games. And when I came back, I discovered Turin, got into my player, and it all went from there. It all went from there. I think Sotek does, like, a lot of different content. He's kind of down to do a little bit of everything. I saw him playing The Witcher the other day on his Twitch stream, which was pretty cool. It was pretty damn cool. Well, I'm liking what I'm seeing already. I mean, you are probably going to be seeing quite a few new units. The best way to play the new units in this game is just sprinkle them in. There's a lot of changes to basically every unit in the game. So you don't want to bring too many of these ultra expensive kind of crazy stuff. But at the same time, you know, the players are brand new to this mod. They want to experiment. We're most likely going to be seeing quite a few cool stuff. I can switch between the builds, and I can guarantee there's going to be some units you're not used to seeing being brought by both of these players. So that's certainly going to be a barrel of laughs. It might take me a little while to try to catch up with what's going on, of course, with so many changes. Also, Ultra Funds is going to be absolutely insane with the Ultra unit settings as well. We're going to get some large-scale battles. Might try and save some as well if we get any really epic ones, and cast them myself. Oh my god, this looks so cool. Ilmatar's build has so much swag right now. It is dripping in swagger. It looks, I would like to say, a work of art. A work of art indeed. Yes! Oh, big fat stretch. Good back to be streaming on my own channel. It's a lot more chill. A lot more chill, but very good. Yeah, Falcon 1 ECL on a potato in a cave. That is true, but these guys are playing with mods on, as well as like ultra settings and stuff, and ultra funds, so we're going to be seeing a lot of 20 stacks with way more troops than before. We're going to have to test it out. If it becomes a problem, we'll drop down either the funds or the unit size, but I think this has been balanced for unit size. Maybe ultra funds as well. I'll have to double check that at some point, but massive shout out to Wicked D. He's the one who helped us all download this mod and get set up on it, because the mod system on Total War Warhammer 2 doesn't always work very well. So Wicked D kind of set us up with this third-party one, which has enabled us all to play today. No, why do I see sad faces? Sad faces from Geese. Geese, be happy, honk honk. But if me honking doesn't make you happy, I don't know what will. I don't know. Oh, unless you're being sad like Ron Brindle's just saying the dwarves crushed the high elves. I mean, they did kind of win the War of Vengeance or the War of the Beard, depending on which point of view. Oh, you mean your PC can run my player? Oh, back in the day, no, it really could not. Like, yeah, it was. I could just about do a campaign, and then on Total Warhammer 2, I had to play on super low graphics, super low unit size. And obviously that pits you off quite a bit. But then I got a brand new PC. I can run everything on Ultra. It's fantastic. I love it. I do normally run stuff on large unit size, obviously, simply because that's the way multiplayer is played. So I try to stick to that for my campaigns as well. But, you know, this is a bit of a special event. We're trying something a little bit new today. Awesome. So Eltar's got a load of excuses prepared. Then he has no idea what he's doing. And he hasn't played in a long time. Good to see him back. Good to see him back. No clue what's changed for the Wood Elves. Me too. Yeah, exactly. Plus, this is modded, so a lot of stuff's going to be changing. Awesome. Looks like these guys are ready to rumble. Let's quickly drop down the image. Boop. So you can very quickly see we do have some rather special knights on the battlefield coming from Ilmatar. I believe they're the Knights of the Panther, which I assume have anti-large. I'll have to double check. You can get almost all of the knightly orders now. The Knights of Ulrich, like the White Wolf Knights, are certainly my favorite. Coming in with those double-handed Warhammers, going full-on Baratheon style. Robert Baratheon just crushing the chest plates of those elves. But will the elves let them engage in hand-to-hand combat? That's going to be a completely different question, because of course Wood Elves, known for skirmishing, known for kiting, and I'm sure a lot of their extra units that have been brought in by this mod probably still go to that style of play. I don't expect any of the styles of play to have changed too much between the factions, so picks and bans will most likely be relatively the same. Quack Quack Prism, how's it going? How is it going? According to Sotek, if the elves attack the dwarves now, it would mean that this time the dwarves would not have as much pity as they used to. No! Storm dropped from the game. Storm, damn you. Okay, we'll try loading up again. And kill the whole race. Well, it depends if they know about the Dark Elves now, maybe. Okay, so we'll load back in. I don't know why Storm crashed. We will try again. Same builds. If that does not work, I will let you host. Cool. We're going to try again. Just load in. If it doesn't work, I'll let one of the players host and see if how that goes down. And hopefully that'll be fine. I just need to make sure they play on ultra size. You have to change that in your graphics. You can't change that in lobby, which is a little bit annoying. I wish they would add that in. I wish they'd add that in. But oh, what a tease. What a tease. We got to see there was a load of cool new units and we didn't get to play with them yet. But don't worry, guys. We'll be loading back up in just a second and get these guys crack-a-lacking. Let's see if Storm sent a message. I don't think he did. So hopefully he'll just be loading back into the game. He's got a pretty quick PC, so it should be fine. I mean, sure, but I doubt it's you. Okay, well, we'll see. Yo, yo. Welcome back. Same builds, please. Awesome, then we can load in again. I bring breadcrumbs. Yes, Nathis. Nom 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 nom. Bread for the duck gods. Bread for the duck gods. And you can feed bread to ducks, just don't do it too much. So I wouldn't recommend actually feeding bread to ducks because other people will also probably do it. And it doesn't give them much nutritional value and kind of fills them up. So give them seeds. Give them a load of seeds, like bird seeds and stuff's all good. Nuts. You go crazy. But bread's still good now and again. It's like a little treat, right? Like having like dessert. You just don't want to have it every single meal. I don't even have UI lags in this lobby. Oh, cool. So fingers crossed it should be fine. Let's double check. Yeah, we're still on ultra funds. Hopefully the guys will be able to load in this time. Ooh. And let's see how this goes. This is using a mod which has been out for a long time. They recently did their latest update. So it's the SFO Grimhammer 2 mod. I think it's called the Great Plan, like, or something along those lines. It's like the last one they're doing for Total Warhammer 2. They did mods all through Warhammer 1 though, so I'm expecting them to do it into Warhammer 3 as well. Yes, Elmatar is playing Neckbert. He is indeed your PE bro in arms. Here's your bro in arms. Hey, we're loading in this time. Cool. Awesome. Legendary stuff. So, for the forces of the Legendary Empire, which is going to be led by Ilmatar, it is going to be Empire Knights. And you can see the Empire Knights have been changed slightly. We have banners. So the Empire Knights will be going under the banner of their Liege Lords, as we have quite a few of them dotted all the way along. But mixed in there, we have the Knights Panther. Now, the Knights Panther, apart from looking absolutely ridiculously beautiful with their capes, as well as those Jaguar signs on top of their heads, they come in with some useful abilities. They have the Diamond Battle Formation, the Imperial Allegiance, as well as the Panther Standard, which does give them some form of magic resistance and lowers physical and magical resistance of their enemies. They have immune to psychology, they've got strong vigor, and they are anti-large with area attacks. So area attacks means they're basically like splash attacks. They will attack multiple models, at their same strike. They also have a special aura around them that supports nearby friends or hampers foes, and that of course is the hampering. So I believe we have a mixture of the Empire Knights and Knights of the Panther, quite a few, so a bucket ton of a cavalry corps there. In the main battle line is pretty standard stuff. We have the Tattered Souls and a load of cheap and cheerful spearmen, though we have 140 per unit, so they're certainly going to be able to hold the lines quite well. They do have some small changes. I think their shields look a little bit better. They also have the victory or death standard being held up, which is a very epic and badass. We have a Light Wizard come with Net and Brona's Time Warp, and leading the battle line we have a Grand Master of the Knights of the Panther. You can indeed select which knight you want him to be, and that's just going to give him the same bonuses, so he's anti-large and all that good stuff. And he's a relatively cool new general. It's gonna be hard to see him hidden amongst all this cavalry. Look at the lances. That'd be terrible trying to face. For the forces of the Wood Elves, they're going for a rush style of approach. We have Dryads dotted all the way through the front line, backed up by the Wardens of SFO, and Dreicher shall be leading the battle lines. We do have some Eternal Wardens. Eternal Wardens are one of the newer units here that we see with this DLC. They kind of look like Eternal Guard. They're a little bit more elite, and they are anti-infantry, sword infantry, so no special spears. And they come with a few useful abilities, the Gifts of the Forest, as well as bolstered commands that actually enhance nearby troops, including nearby ranged troops. We have Blade Singers. They only have 20 in a unit, but they have even better special powers than before with the Searing Flame. Nice weakness to melee attack, fire damage and armor, magic attacks, and then we have a load of Glade Riders with Hagbane tips. We do have some Vanguarding troops though. We have the Wild Hunters of Kurnos and a load more cavalry in the form of Glade Riders dotted all around the back. But without further ado, let the battle commence. Now the Dryads instantly launch upon their opponents and get slammed. A countercharge by the Empire Knights as the standard bearer does fall, but the Empire morale shall hold. Hopefully as Sigma commands them, as they would let you know. Dryads doing a decent job across the battle line. We'll be able to whittle their way through spearmen rather quickly, but the cavalry flank overload on the left-hand side looking very scary. We do have Glade Riders and Sisters of Thorn returning in the rear, and they are going to be trying to come in with an old slam attack. The Knights of Panther want to go counter-punch this as quickly as possible, as both players have the exact same idea of rear attacking that front line. However, there's a lot more spears in this fight, and anti-large Knights of the Panther means it should be going in favor of the Empire, but the Blade Singers are dancing in, and they can kill basically anything given enough time. Over here on the far side, another flank overload, this time though from the Wood Elves. Wild Riders are able to beat back Empire Knights. We do see a Brona's Time Warp going down, but a little bit too little, too late perhaps. However, the Knights of the Panther are really racking up some kills now against these elite troops. Elsewhere on the battlefield, the Empire Knights are really struggling though. Knights of the Panther getting rear attacked here by the Glade Riders with Hagbane tips. Come on, Storm, I believe in your PC. Survive! Survive! You can't tease us like this. It does look like the Wood Elves are in a relatively solid state though. A lot of the Knights are in bad engagements at the moment, simply outnumbered and surrounded by foes. And come on Storm, your PC, it can hold, I believe in it. If it doesn't work fully, we might have to get these guys to play off stream whilst we do the other one and then do the replays, because I don't want to keep hopping in and out like this. It does look like it is starting to stabilize though, which is good news here. We do have a beautiful pit of shades go down on the Spearmen as well as the Empire Knights, who are currently pinned in up against the Eternal Wardens, who don't have that anti-large, anti-infantry, but hey, they dish out pretty good damage, and those Knights really got caught. Look at the blood on the floor. That is a screenshot for you right there. That is absolute carnage, and it does look like the Empire Knights shall be fleeing for their lives. We do have some more Knights returning. The Empire Knights are starting to do a lovely rear charge. We also have the Zintler's Reichsguard, who did manage to catch the Glade Riders with a net of Amantok. However, maybe there was a spell about to come in, but it does indeed get cancelled, and the Glade Riders are trying to counterpunch where possible. Wild Riders are bounding across the field, bumping into the Empire Knights, dragging those mighty men off their steeds down into the dirt where their Stag Knights can trample them. And the Knights of the Panther are doing a decent job though, up to 46 kills, constantly trying to follow their opponents, and it does look like the Grand Master is going for a one-on-one fight right now, leading his troops from the front like all good generals should, chasing Dreicher away as she tries to flee back to the safety of the Wild Riders and her Wardens. In the front line, the Spearmen have taken a long time to grind down. Blade Singers are doing a decent job up to 81 kills, and it looks like a very close fight so far. Balance power is really in favor of the Wood Elves, however. I think just a lot of the Knights have been forced off the field, but you can see the Glade Riders are caught in combat against Knights of the Panther. This is a terrible engagement for them, and all 3 units in this contingent of the Wood Elf regime do break and run for their life, but the Wardens of Sifril still very, very healthy, and if they're not cycle charged to death, they're going to be really nasty up against all this cavalry and the cavalry-filmed army by Ilmatar. Now, the Light Wizard is flying around up in the skies. Power Stone's popped, Arcane Conduit as well. So, you know, doing some decent magic. I like the Bronus Time Warp play. The Spearmen, though, getting surrounded, and the added mobility of the Wood Elves really coming to the forefront. The Wild Hunters are doing so much damage. They're really impressive in this mod as some of the most elite shot cavalry that you can imagine. Now, the Eternal Wardens have held relatively firm despite being elves. They do have golden shields and 68 armor, which is very impressive for Wood Elves. They are able to break off the Spearmen, and elsewhere the Blade Singers are carving their way through Empire Knights. A load more shots are being rained down now by the Glade Riders as well as the Sisters of Thorn in the back, and it does look like the Empire are really starting to struggle. They're trying to rally around the Grand Master of the Knights of the Panther, who's currently in a one-on-one duel with Drycha, but with so much more Elvish support, it's really not looking good for him. He's trying to be as heroic as possible. Bronus Time Warp comes down, and he is going toe-to-toe with the Lady of Darkness, but he's having to turn around as well and deal with all these Eternal Wardens who hold their swords like absolute badasses. Look at this guy straight chilling. Look at that. Oh my god, this mod looks so beautiful. Unfortunately, once again, a little bit of a lag spike there, but it did seem to stabilize last time, so fingers crossed. But I think this is unfortunately going to be game over for the Empire. There's simply too many Wild Riders left on the battlefield. We can see there are some big buffs going down over on this flank, but it's not going to be enough, unfortunately, to save the day as the Empire Knights and Zinlan's Reiksguard get dragged down by the Wild Riders, and they're still relatively healthy across the board for the cavalry from the Wood Elves here, but the Empire looking really haggard right now as the Eternal Wardens do a relatively decent job. We do get a big old fat Melkov's mystifying miasma, but Drycha finds herself in a sandwich not of her making, and one she's not going to be enjoying too much as the Grand Master pops all of his buffs here. The flow of battle is currently active, but we do get that lovely Dryad summon. Beautiful play by Storm, having that in the back pocket for the later stages of the game. Now able to pin in these legendary warriors of old and new, and the Blade Singers are simply going to swoop around, jumping up to 147 kills, and that shall be a victory for the forces of the Wood Elves. Valiant defeat by Ilmatar, very close game. I love the themed build, coming with so many Knights of the Panther. And how did they perform? Well, okay, some of them, a lot of them not great, realistically. 300 value, 390, 422, and 1,100. Only one unit really paying for itself there. Zinlan's Reiksguard got 1,300 damage value. I love them coming in the rear. Surprising the Wood Elves, catching them out in combination with that net spell worked absolute wonders. The Empire Knights did okay, nothing too crazy. Tattered Souls got just shy of 1,500 value, 125 kills. A real solid line in the center there for the Empire, but alas, it was eventually crumped by the rush of Wood Elves into the battlefield. 600 damage value from the Grand Master, still a very cool model nonetheless. Drycha over 2k value, 161 kills, and 27k damage dealt. That Pair Shades was certainly a work of beauty, and the Eternal Wardens did pretty good. I mean, they're both very healthy in the late stages of the game, 132 and 49 kills. 1.8k on the Wardens and 135 kills. All of the elves kind of did better than the tree units in the infantry fight. Blade Singers barely a scratch on them with over 1,000 value and 147 kills. Really good work so far by the Wood Elves. And yeah, the Wild Hunters did beautiful. 1.4k, 1.9k damage value, 1.2 on the Sisters. Nothing else really to write home about. Now, it is good to remember that a lot of these units' values have changed in this mod, due to the fact that unit sizes are different, their damage output's different. The Wild Riders, for example, did really good there, but they may be more expensive as well. Let's switch up the map. Let's go for a cheeky Gorgazan. I don't know why there's lag spikes. Yeah, it was really weird. That campaign unit is super broken. The Wardens? Yeah, the Wardens were very, very powerful, though. The Wardens were very powerful. I love them coming in the rear, Ben Palmer. Hey, that wasn't a quote from me. I'm pretty sure you misheard. I said, definitely said that Logic loves it when they come from the rear or something like that. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure I did. Ride now, ride for ruin and the world's ending. I could not agree more. I cannot agree more. Oh no, Blackthorn! The mighty bot. The mighty bot. Chat with big ducks in here. I love it. I love it. Yeah, the knights are pretty damn cool. They're very cool. The Knights Panther, you can get so many of the knights though. It's not just them. There's like 5 or 6 different knightly orders you can now bring to the battlefield, which I love to see. We could do with a quote bot. Right, let's have a little look. To use to vanilla with the infantry being rubbish and all. Exactly, yeah, the infantry was pretty solid. Infantry was pretty solid indeed. So let's update the scoreboard quickly. That is 102 Meister Storm. None of these guys really know the mod super well. They are kind of learning on the day. And likewise am I. I've played a few games in it, but that's it. I'll try and keep up as much as possible with what these guys are doing. And let's go for a 1-0 so far. So we're doing 2 best-of-3 semi-finals today. And then probably a best-of-3 final. It may be best-of-5. It depends how long these games go. With ultra funds and ultra unit sizes, I was a bit worried it's going to go on really long. And the games are all going to take like half an hour. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll wait and see. But it'll either be a best-of-3 or best-of-5 final. Still plenty of games, don't worry. And Grombrindle and Kelligar, I'm sure one of these boys will bring dwarfs just for you. They've got to. They've got to do it. If you're an elf, you wouldn't even get food. Damn right, Grombrindle. Although we did just see the Wood Elves win. And I must admit, out of all the elf factions, the Wood Elves are my favourite from a thematic point of view. Wild Riders are just so beautiful. They're so, so cool. 950 is pretty good. Singers with 1,600 did the same job for the same result. Yeah. The cheapest non-drieds are 800. Yeah, the guys are just debating at the moment the mod. I mean, it's not going to be super balanced, of course, as a mod, but I think they do their best to try to balance it. And the ultra unit sizes, ultra funds was, I think, the best way to balance it, because all about the large thematic battles with this mod and being as true to lore as possible. And there's obviously a load of good reasons why you can't do such large battles in normal competitive play. One, length would be kind of crazy, and balance is also a bit tough. The main game is balanced for large unit funds, and this is also due to the fact they don't want to overload everyone's PCs, because not everyone can play on such high graphics with so many high units and that kind of stuff. So I understand it for sure. Yeah, Ninjas, I think Wicked D and Ninja is going to be in the next semi-final, and they've already agreed their matchups. And I think Wicked D is right. I think Ninja's going to be bringing dwarfs in game 2, so you have someone to root for. Oh, Fulgrim has elite bodyguards, does he? That's going to be pretty exciting stuff. Maybe we'll get to see them, maybe we won't. We'll have to wait and see. So it looks like Ilmatar is going to be going Beastmen, banning Chaos and Dark Elves, which is pretty cool. I think Storm's going to be going Skaven. I've tested out Beastmen actually on this mod. Yeah, Beastmen can get some kind of wild stuff. You can get Bestigors, but under whatever god you want. So like there's like the Slanesh versions, the Khorne versions, and they all do different things. The Tzeentch ones or the Slanesh ones? I think Slanesh ones were incredibly powerful. Anti-large, they could stalk, they were really swift. It was some scary stuff, man. It was certainly some scary stuff. But likewise, the Beastmen can get some really ridiculously powerful single entities. There's this single entity Warhound, and it just doesn't die. I brought it up against dwarfs. It spent the entire time ravaging their backline and dismantling them, and there was nothing my opponent could do. You can also get an ethereal Minotaur, which I believe is shaped like Taurox the Brass Bull, and I love seeing him in action. I root for Dowie no matter who goes against the Dowie. Dear Mag, the question is, if it's Dowie on Dowie action, what do you do then? Do you cry or do you bellow for joy? That's the true question. Everguard is the best unit of dwarfs and one of the best military formations in the world. The Everguard, are they Fulgrim's bodyguards, I assume? I'm guessing they'd be Hammerers, right? Hammerers are normally the ones who guard the king, which always confused me as a kid, because I was like, Ironbreakers are the tanky ones, surely they'd be the bodyguards, but then you find out the lore, you know, Ironbreakers predominantly, they do fight on the battlefield, but predominantly they actually fight underground, underneath a lot of the holds and so forth in the tight passageways, and it means they're basically just a Terminator to something like a Skaven, and they can push through, and there's not too much the enemy can do about it, which is cool. They're shielded hammerers. Oh, okay. That makes sense. With an air effect version. Okay, that's cool. That's very cool. Oh no, Belagar over Thorgrim, over Gromby, over Thoric, over Ungrim. Ungrim's got the most swag, man. Look at his little... He's actually got a new model on this game as well, which is cool. So yeah, it's going to be Beastmen versus Skaven. Going to be an interesting one, because do the Skaven sit back here? Beastmen very good at normally overloading and rushing through battle lines. But with the Skaven now, I mean, it could also depend what special units we see coming into the battlefield. That may be able to switch their playstyle up a little bit and go toe-to-toe with the Beastie Boys, because Ilmatai can have so many more options now on how to break through the Skaven lines. They can rush really effectively. They've got a load of really cool new units in this mod. I'm also contemplating doing a campaign stream in this mod, but likewise, I might use some other mods. There's one where you can play, I think it's a Total Warhammer 1 mod, but I'm assuming... maybe we can get it to work for Mortal Empires, where you can play as the dwarves who live in the Chaos Wastes. Like, they're a little bit more Viking-esque, I think. So that'd be really cool. I would love to do that. I don't know if that works on Total Warhammer 2, though, so I'll have to do a little bit of research, see if I can make that mod work, and if I can make it work, I would love to do that as a campaign. But I'm not sure if it's possible on this game, unfortunately. We'll wait and see, That'll come over the next couple of days. And if this is a big success and people really enjoy this type of tournament, please do let me know if you want to see more modded tournaments, and we can certainly make that happen. If you want to see just the standard tournaments as well, that will be coming back. It's just this weekend. I was streaming over on Crev Assembly's Twitch channel, doing a big tournament, and that took quite a lot out of me. I think it was overall, I was streaming over the 2 days, roughly like 7 hours or something. So I wanted a little bit of a break from the standard base game. We thought we'd try some more modded stuff instead. But, back to the action. So, I can take a cheeky little look at their builds if I want, but I have to put up a screen blocker. Maybe I won't. Just in case, knowing me, I'll probably forget the screen blocker. I will probably forget it. But I'm very much looking forward to this. Wicked D versus Ninja as well in the second semi-final is going to be a barrel of laughs. Ninja always brings the craziest builds, and the fact he has probably even more access now to more dragons, I certainly expect him to be doing some pretty crazy stuff. And from the games we had, he certainly knew how to bring some of the more fun and thematic units, and Wicked, of course, always a pure champ. So that best of 3 is going to be insane, and I'm looking forward to the finals afterwards. Oh no, what's a grudging? Oh, what, claiming that Ungrim isn't the greatest dwarf to ever live? I feel like Ungrim doesn't need bodyguards. Yeah, we're allowing campaign units in this, but yeah, we could do like a base game with campaign units as well. That'd be good fun. I mean, they're completely unbalanced. Really badly unbalanced. But, you know, we might be able to make it work. We might be able to think of some limitations. Mods are as good as we're going to get... Wait, what? Mods are good as we get closer to 3. Oh, for sure, yeah. We're kind of waiting now on Total War Warhammer 3. Total Warhammer 2, all the content's basically done at the moment. And we just have to wait till, I think it was like mid-February when Warhammer 3 is coming out. Hopefully, I will have some form of Warhammer 3 content to give you guys at some point before then. I'm sure we will. But it won't be as soon. It won't be super soon, unfortunately, I don't think. Looks like Mr. Stormrunner is ready. Just waiting on Ilmatar here. Hopefully the guys are just straight up good to load into the game. It did load up in the second time, but who knows. Wait, so Ungrim does have guards. Well, he may have guards, but he doesn't need them, you know. They're more like, people just to chat to on the road if he gets bored. But Ungrim, he doesn't need no help. He doesn't need no help. He's quite happy slaughtering his way through the enemies. Yeah, a lot of the campaign units are capped in campaign, obviously, and they're not really meant for the multiplayer. But we can probably think of some way to make it work. I have been concerned for a while allowing Norska to bring their hero in tournaments, but I need to balance check him a little bit. It would give them access to a different type of caster, I believe he is. I think he can ride a dragon and he's a caster hero. I don't know how super balanced he is, but there's a few which I think are absolutely fine for multiplayer. I mean, for example, ogres. If you want to bring ogres in a tournament, I mean, be my guest, I don't think they're like super powerful or anything like that. They're very expensive, but they can catch your opponent off guard. So maybe we'll do a tournament where we allow ogres and campaign units and that kind of stuff, and whittle it down from there and see how well it goes. Where was the other guard when Snickich slit Thorgrim's throat? In his own bedchamber. I mean, didn't they just like leave the door open or something weird? I can't remember the lore behind that. That's what I've been told. I'm sure there's more to it than that. But the guy, so I think it was Major Kill, was doing a breakdown of it. And he was like, yeah, they just left the door open. And the assassin just walked in and killed him. Which seems a little bit dumb to have like a secret chamber with the door just left open. But who knows? So let's look through these builds. Ilmatar on the back foot in this best of 3, looking to strike back at Stormrunner, and he has indeed brought the Slangors, which or Slanesh. I mean, oh my god, how do you say this? Like Slangors? The Slanesh Gors at the end of the day. They're extra topless just for that. They come with these mighty cleaving scythes, so they're armor-piercing, greatsword infantry. They have Vanguard deploy as well as Stalk, and Unseen Beasts, increasing their vigor and giving them Stalk, which is very, very powerful indeed. So we have a couple of units of them. Actually, we have 4 units of them, 5 units of them, so a bucket ton of them. Looks like they're going to be making up his main battle line. We have a couple of Harpies up in the skies, escorting Malagor the Dark Omen. We'll check out to see if he has any major changes in just a second. Couple of units of Centaurs. We also have the Beastmen Warhounds. We have a beautiful Wargore down on the Chariot. I don't think there's going to be too much changed about him. He comes in with the Totem of Victims. That seems pretty cool. Lower speed, armor, and melee attack of oppositions. It's a ground ability. And up in the skies, we have the Dark Omen himself. Just straight vibing. He comes in with the Crowfather. He can summon a unit of Defiled Crows. What? That's going to be sick. Okay. Basic spells, you know, he's bringing Flock of Doom, Enfeebling Foe, Doom and Darkness, nothing crazy. He has Takeoff, which is an explosion he can do, and he has the Beastmen Roar ability, which is a map-wide buff to leadership, vigor, and gives them immune to psychology. There's a load of different stuff. We're not going to go through every single one of them, because he's got strong vigor. There's a bucket ton of different stuff on every single unit, basically, in the game here. For the Skaven, they're going to go relatively rush-focused. We have 280 unit strong units of Skaven slaves. Look at the glory! This is where we live now. It's beautiful. So a load of Skaven slaves in the front line, backed up by double Death Globe Bombardiers, which is pretty cool. We do have Warp Fire Throws in the middle, so plenty of memes on the battlefield. We have Plague Monks in that secondary battle line, sandwiching a unit of Plague Monk Censer Bearers. Rat Ogres as well. We have 3 units. We have Warp Grinders in the back, a Chieftain on a rather beautiful looking mount here. For the leadership, we have a Packmaster on foot and Lord Skrulk. Lord Skrulk, what are you coming in with today, buddy? He's coming in with the basics, the Liber Bibonicus, and the Rod of Corruption, which is to be expected. Pestilent Birth as a spell. We have Plague, Vermintide, Wither. I think we have every single spell, so he looked like he forgot to take the spells off. Everyone does it now and again. Awesome stuff. And we also have a Hell Pit Abomination over on the left-hand side. Really cool build. I like it quite a bit. It's going to rely quite heavily on these Death Globe Bombardiers taking down units, because, trust me, the Slangors, or whatever they're called, Slangors, Slanesh, they destroy. They're so powerful. 48 melee attack, 60 speed. They're so swift to get into the back line, and they counter the majority of the Skaven build realistically, because they're going to be able to beat back all the infantry, plus they have that armor piercing. I thought they were anti-large. They're not actually anti-large, but they should be able to do enough damage to the Rat Ogres as well to counter them relatively effectively. So it should be some good fun. I forgot to take spells off. Yeah, I just noticed. Stop handicapping yourself. I already look bad, says Ilmatar. Hey, 1,137 Beastmen against 1,720 Skaven. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. Beastmen, Crown Rats incoming. We'll have to see how that goes. They are, of course, stalked at the moment, so the Skaven have zero idea, though they are very close to the battle line, so it should get underway pretty quickly. And how quickly is he going to notice? The Death Globes are just Kobe shots all over the place. Like, panic! Oh my god, what? What? The Warfire Throw is just one-shot a unit. That is insane. What? I am so shocked. The Warfire Throw has got 29 kills with 1 volley. That is some beautiful work. We have some glorious magic coming down over on top here of the Deathglow Bombardiers. Flock of Doom upgraded as well is catching them, and the Gauls are starting to push through to engage the enemy. Malagor the Dark Omen instantly hopping down on the Plague Monk. Sensor Bearers looking to overrun them, and the Harpies are diving into the back. Centaurs crash in to the Deathglow Bombardiers. Should be able to overwhelm that backline formation really comfortably. They're also pinning in the Rat Ogres between a rock and a hard place. That's not a good job for them. And in the back, though, the War Groans aren't doing too bad up against the Harpies, but it's not ideal, of course. We do have the glorious Defiled Crows. Look at them being birthed into the world to bring death to their enemies. Hellpit Abomination is absolutely fine at the moment, however. A load more shots are coming in after the Chieftain. We do have a Plague go down, the first one today. Only really catching the Beastmen Warherds, though. Not doing too much damage to the Centaurs or anything. Warfire Throwers, if they can stay online, they look so deadly. But elsewhere, the Beastmen doing a good job. Centaurs about to shut them down, just as I spoke about them. However, lovely counterpunch by Storm. Coming in with the Chieftain, coming in with the Rat Ogres, and he should be able to save the Warfire Throwers, at least for now. We still have plenty of Skaven Slaves on the field, but the Gauls are so quick. Look at them power run. They are speeding forward into the enemy, looking to cleave them asunder. The Warfire Throwers are going to shoot in, and you can see that HP just dripping off them right now. They do so much damage to the Warfire Throwers, but they have finally been routed here. Good target priority coming by Ilmatar, realizing they are a huge threat, and he needs to drag them down as quickly as possible. Beastmen certainly in favor right now on the balance of power. So many dead units all across the battlefield. Plague Monks trying to catch up now with the Gauls as well as the Centaurs. That's not going to go too good for them, and the Hellpit Abomination's just been bogged down all day. It's trying its best to go up against the Beastmen, Warhounds, and the Harpies, but it's not really designed to kill them, and only up to 22 kills, so it's not done too good a job yet. We do have a lovely little orb going down. I believe that is for the Skaven, or against the Skaven is the Totem of Victims. If you fight in that area of effect, you're going to get your stats absolutely nuked. Really awesome stuff. Good placement by the Beastmen forces, and they seem to be wrapping up for the most part. However, the Hellpit Abomination has been saved there. Harpies being terrified and forced back. More Harpies are going to bomb rush the Packmaster. Skaven trying to rally around this Hellpit at the moment, seeing it as maybe a way to freedom and a way to victory. But elsewhere across the battlefield, Beastmen just using their amazing mobility to hunt down the Rat Boys in all different directions. Where are the Warpfire Throwers? Are they back? No, it looks like the Warpfire Throwers were killed for good. That's really good news here for the Beastmen, because they eviscerated that front line from the rip. And now you can clearly see Ilmatar playing its fair Beastmen, starting to take quite a big grip around the throat of this game and trying to strangle the life out of it using his Centaurs just to hunt down Plague Monks on all different sides. Looks like the Plague Monks are classed as glass cannons, but they are unbreakable, which is pretty nice, so that's going to be a big pain in the butt to finish them off for good. Rat Ogres do manage to beat the snot out of these Centaurs, however, they themselves are getting run through by the Wargore, who's having a whale of a time, just hacking them apart. You can see the dead and dying Skaven on the ground, some of them getting back up for another scrap, but more likely to try to run away and flee. The Defiled Crows are being a pain in the butt. They are unbreakable, and they do, looks like they do apply bleed, which is pretty useful. Being unbreakable is really nice. They've been able to pin in the Hellpit Abomination the majority of the game, and it's been a big problem, unfortunately, for the Skaven that. Oh, we get another lovely little spell coming down. Is that going to trap them in place? No, they can go through it. Okay, so they'll be able to escape whatever debuff that is. Or maybe it's a buff to the friends. But they're all moving in now, trying to rally around the Hellpit. And this is the last stand of the Skaven forces. If they're going to win, this is the way. And Malagor goes for a 360 no-scope yeet into the main battle line. This is incredibly risky stuff. If Lord Stroke, as well as the Hellpit, can beat him down with a Plague come in to try to get rid of some of the infantry. And Malagor has been completely thrown right here, right into combat, trying to snipe out that Packmaster. But the Hellpit Abomination is like, no sirree, not today. Malagor just about able to escape here. Very lucky that he can get up into the skies and get out of that, because that was nearly a very costly mistake by the forces of Ilmatar. Now, Lord Stroke does have an enfeebling foe popped on him. Hellpit Abomination is going to be getting held up this entire time, which is good to remember. And the Plague Monk Sense Bear is slowly getting ground down, but it looks like they are able to force off 40 of the Gauls, who are up to 99 kills so far. We still have a basic full health unit of Wargore, or a full health of Wargore in the distance, not a unit. That'd be pretty damn scary. Malagor's forced back. He also gets eaten by a Liber Bubonicus, leaving him with just 74 HP, negative 39 leadership. Luckily, he has taken the long route to freedom. There is still a chance he will rally, but he is very beat up, and that has forced a balance of power power back towards the center. I think Storm, though he took some really heavy early losses, has done a really solid job of trying to scrap his way back into this game. Hellpit Abomination is regenerating this entire time. So I think the Beastmen need to kind of get a move on. They're doing a nice little surround, and they'll have to drag him down as quickly as possible. Probably hoping as well Malagor can rally. Still negative 32 leadership though, and he is very swift. He's going to be making his exit soon. We'll have to wait and see if he can come back. But without him, the terror of the Hellpit Abomination is going to be very scary. We still have some Defiled Crows, which are unbreakable, and they're going to be a big pain in the butt. They're trying to hack and pierce the flesh of the Hellpit Abomination. In comes the Centaurs from all sides, looking to break the hearts of the Skaven people, but just in time, we do have a summon coming in from the Skaven. It is a Plague Monk summon trying to break them back, and Malagor has gone. So without Malagor, the balance of power actually moves in favor of the Skaven for the first time in the battle. Centaurs are broken, more Centaurs being broken, and that's probably going to be the moral of the story here. Wargor is on the way back, but elsewhere, these other units just don't want to fight. Despite all the added stuff they get, leadership is still very much a big problem for the Beastmen forces. And the longer the game goes on, I honestly think the worse for the Beastmen. They need to be coming in and trying to finish this off as quick as possible, because their Hellpit Abomination is just regenerating. It's already up again to 3,500 HP, and that can only really go up from here. Let's have a little look. Yeah, he still has, oh my god, he has 24,000 more HP that he can bring. So he looks like a very much more tanky boy in this. Let's see what the lads are saying. Wait, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's going on with the chat, but it looks like all his units are simply breaking. Centaurs coming in for the final confrontation, perhaps. They want to get a surround and then hit from all sides. Plague Monks, these guys are summon? Is this summon which just stays? They don't seem like... Oh, no, they are unbinding. They're just constantly getting some damage. So Centaur's going to flood in from all sides. The Defiled Crows are also going to be landing here. Hellpit Abomination needs to try and get on top of that Wargor and hunt it down where possible. Looks like we are going to be getting a big fat debuff come down, though, and it's a Rod of Corruption. Look at that beautiful animation. All these guys taking damage. There's no way the Beastmen get this, I don't think. The Hellpit Abomination is really low HP-wise, but the Wargor is taking an absolute pounding right now, with the Centaurs also being forced off in all different directions. Armor losses is starting to come in here, and it looks like that is going to be GG's, with Stormrunner taking this series 2-0 with a very, very hotly contested game there. I thought the Beastmen had it, I really did. That early damage from the Warp Fire throwers and fantastic late-game management by Stormrunner. I think that's Ilmatar's to win, I really do, but Stormrunner's late-game management, blobbing his hero core back up once again with the Hellpit, is what ended up him kind of sealing the deal here. Fantastic game by both guys. Let's have a little look at the damage dealt and damage value. Malagor the Dark Omen, 935 damage value. Nothing crazy. Likewise, only 400 on the Wargors. As for the Slaanesh Gors here, big numbers. 340 kills. 159 kills, 329, 99, and 1. Damage value was 1,000. This unit, 0 value. 0 value. They were the ones who were ripped a new one by the Warp Fire throwers. Elsewhere, only 225, 351, and 615 damage value. So though they killed a lot, it was mainly the Skaven slaves. They weren't able to get on top of the right targets. Centaurs have a beautiful micro by Ilmatar, getting these guys in the back. 640, 1,100, just shy of 2,000. 920 and 860 damage for them. The standout, of course, being 202 kills and nearly 2k value. Warhounds don't do too much. The Harpies did a good job distraction the Hellpit for as long as possible. 1k damage value and 750. The Stormrunner, 3,603 damage value on Lord Skrulk. 119 kills. 29k damage dealt. Beautiful work by them. The Packmaster as well as the Chieftain did okay. Chieftain 1,000 value. Packmaster not too much. Elsewhere across the board, it was the Plague Monks did a decent job. 860 and 1,189 value. Warp Grinders were struggling a bit. Plague Monk Sensor Bearers, 1.3k damage value. Over 12k damage dealt. Those impressive. The Bombardiers did not do great. 590 and 450 damage values. Not too great, to be honest. But the Warp Fire throws with 123 kills. Over 20k damage dealt. 1,600 damage value. Lovely shock damage, which I think caught Ilmatar a little bit off guard. It caught me off guard as well. Hellpit Abomination, 96 kills, 1.2k value. Was bogged down for large portions as well. Does Skrulk get an unbreakable aura? I don't think so, no. Holy Warp Fire Throws, yeah. Those Warp Fires were insane. I think plague units are unbreakable. I don't know if Lord Skrog was unbreakable, but I know the other ones could be for sure. So let's mix up the maps now. As we do get the next two in, we'll go to Doc Kalaz, I think, for our first map. And let's update the scoreboard and then get Ninja and Wicked D in here. So well played to Ilmatar, well played to Storm. We will be seeing Storm in the finals, which I'm yet to decide which is best of 3 or best of 5. We'll see how much time we have at the time. But yeah, we're popping into the next semi now. Yeah, Storm, those fire throwers did amazing. Yeah, they nuked a unit in like one volley, it's true, but at the same time, they did also get shut down rather quickly, and they can be very squishy. Yeah, I don't think the summons disappear. I think they just take damage. Yeah, the late game play was really good from Storm. Really well done. Really well done indeed. So up next, we'll get Wicked D and Ninja. If you guys want to pop in. Quack, quack. What's up, Parkerilla? Long time no see. Hope you're all good. Taurox, you would love this mod. Not only is Taurox in it, but there's also like a ghostly version of Taurox, which is pretty cool. Yeah, you can flame your own troops as well. Pretty bad, I'm sure, with them. Yo, yo. Let's invite Ninja. Hopefully he is online. There he is. Boop. Let's get him involved. And I'll change the scoreboard quickly. These guys have already sorted out their picks and bans, which is cool. They've probably had planned, time as well to sort out their build, so there shouldn't be too much downtime. I believe in game 2 we will be getting dwarves, but unfortunately not in game 1. So on the left-hand side, let's get Wicked D. And on the other side, Ninja. God. There we go. Cool. We have set that up, and let's get back in. Yeah, they take damage over time, yeah. Summon units just take damage over time in this mod. Yeah, there's like a ghostly Taurox. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Enjoying the toilet, so he'll be back in a moment. No worries, no worries. We can chill out, we can vibe. Have a little sip of my drink. Game 2 is Vampire Counts versus Dowie. Awesome. Awesome. Hopefully we get to see some Lizardmen at some point. Game 3 is Empire versus Lizards. Okay, hopefully we get to that game as well then. I'd love to see some Empire versus Lizards. Game 1 is Tomb Kings versus High Elves. Pretty fun matchup all round, Tomb King versus High Elves. I don't know what new units the Tomb Kings get in this mod. Can we look if we click? Hey, we can. Cool. We can see his build, but I know Ninja won't cheat or anything like that. But I'll get up a screen blocker just in case anyway. Let's get up that. And I'll move it over to the side a little bit just so we can see the cool new units. Hopefully you guys can see the new units. So you can get King Rakash. Okay, you can get a load of different kings. That's cool. A load of different kings. Load, oh my god. King of Whack Half. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different heroes, which are kings. Where you can get a new Legion of the Netherworld, which looks like some ethereal warriors, which is very cool stuff indeed. We get Storm Riders. Oh, hell yeah, we get Storm Riders. They look very cool. Can I see what they have? I can. They just look pretty badass, I guess. They don't seem to have any special abilities. We have the Flock, which I believe is a campaign unit anyway. A lot of these are campaign units anyway, actually, now that I look at them. Oh, what? What is this? A Tomb Barku? It's a magical chariot which causes terror and has a special aura. Has Kepra beetles, which sounds dope. And it protects nearby troops. Very cool stuff. And we have all the campaign exclusives down here as well. So a lot of different special Tomb Guard across the board, special warriors. The Green Skulls, they look very interesting. Skeleton Warriors. And we also have the, oh god, my pronunciation of this is going to be terrible. Sepulchrax. There you go. That's what you're going to get. So hopefully Wicked doesn't have that in his army because I'm going to be miserable at pronouncing that. Cool. Let's drop a Ninja another little invite just to make sure he's back. Or just double check if he is back, because he might not know he is up right now. Let's drop an invite. Now they need Talks of Scarf. Yeah, Talks of Scarf would be pretty cool. Or a little cowboy hat. Oh, Aloys, what a shout. Talks of a cowboy hat. Maybe we can make that into a meme or something. That'd be very cool. I'm trying to think if I can get that image somehow. You know, like there's the big meme around where there's the guy in the background like singing a song and he's got a cowboy hat on. Can we make that Taurox? There's got to be a way. There must be a way. I'm sure we'll think of it. I'll send Ninja a message anyway. Oh, the first game apparently crashed just because Storm's internet died for like 2 seconds, which is fine. So let's just shoot Ninja a message, just so he gets it when he's back, because he might not get the invites. Or I might already have them. You are up, bud. Let's see. What Wikidy's favorite mod unit is. In fact, while we're waiting for Ninja to hop in, we can run a little test here. Or we'll run a poll. Would you like to see more mod content in the future? The answer can be yes, no, don't mind, and who are you? Bam, there we go. I think a Mafia hat would suit him more. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like with like some Doom balls either side of him. You can maybe even go full Peaky Blinders style. Cool, so hopefully there should be a poll up now asking about more mod content. If people want to see it, if people don't. It'll probably be a little bit swayed, I'd assume. Because, of course, this is a mod stream, so if you're watching this and you don't like mod content, it might be a bit random, if I'm being honest. So it might be a little bit one-sided, but who knows. Yeah, Taurus can body people whenever he wants. Have you heard of the ethereal glowing duck? They are quite elusive, says Napis. Yeah, if anyone can get me a picture of one of the grand ethereal ducks, I'll be very impressed. I'll be very impressed indeed. So Wickedy's ready to rumble. Just waiting on Ninja now. And obviously we'll be able to hop straight in here. Probably have a build ready as well, because these guys have known the matchup for quite some time. So game 2 after this, we will get to see Dwarves in action, and by God, they have some cool new units. Ungrim, he's got like some standards on his back. It's very badass all around. I'm sure the High Elves can bring some fun stuff as well. They have Sky Cutters, which are really nasty and can do a bucket ton of damage. No, the fights aren't over, Coats of Arms. We've done the first best of 3. We're just waiting for one of the players to load up, and we'll do the second one. I'm here now. Awesome. Cool, I'll send him an invite. Looks like it's a... Hey! Hey, Ninja. So yeah, we still got this best of 3. And then we're going to do a finals as well, which will most likely be best of 3. Just because we're playing on ultra unit settings and ultra funds. And mods, like the games will take a little bit longer perhaps. Although so far they've been pretty swift, but both games, the players kind of just rushed into it straight away and went to war. Went to war as quickly as possible. So I believe Ninja is going to be playing High Elves in this matchup. High Elves vs Tomb King's always been a pretty good fun one in my opinion. You have to do some pretty crazy tactics with the High Elves, but it is definitely doable. And of course, with all these extra modded units, I'm 100% sure Ninja's going to be bringing some crazy stuff. I'll be pretty impressed if he goes Mass Air Force here, with a load of Sky Cutters and like dragons and stuff. I think that'd be really quite useful up against the Tomb Kings. Would be quite micro-intensive as well, but Ninja can certainly pull it off. He can certainly pull it off for sure. The mods are refreshing. Yeah, I think like because there's a lack of content now coming out for Total War Warhammer 2, having some like mod games and mod stuff now and again while we wait for Warhammer 3 can be pretty good fun. I'll probably at some point have some early access, I'd assume, to Warhammer 3, but most likely like, I don't know, a couple of weeks before the release. So I know a lot of YouTubers are kind of dropping stuff now, but I'm not in that like level of their program, basically. I think I have to hit some... I was very close to hitting the sub mark, and then the goalpost got moved, which sucked. I think you have to have 8,000 subscribers, and obviously good, consistent content to get into their program, but now you have to have 15k, and yeah, that's not going to happen anytime soon, I don't think, sadly. Wicked D says, ready when you are, Lord of Dragons, ruler of the 17 kingdoms, heir to the Copper Throne. Get an in character here. I can have a little look at Ninja's build as well, actually. It looks like he is currently building and devising it. I also get some pretty cool unique units. As you can see down here, they have a bucket ton of exalted units, which are basically just more elite versions. We still have the Knights of Tor Gaval, who are in the game currently. I actually used them against Logic the other day. We have Lothran Skycutters. Lothran Skycutters are definitely something I want to see. Lothran Skycutters are pretty damn awesome assassins. I tried them out earlier on. Now, a lot of these units have been changed. The Grey, for example, the Shadow Warriors, and Shadow Warriors in general, I think. I seem to remember them being far better. Like, they do some horrendous damage. They're glass cannons. They're master ambushers. They have so much going for them. So we'll have to wait and see how that pays off. We have the Maiden's Guard. Yeah, lots of cool stuff. We also do have Alistair the White Lion here. I don't think we have any more Lord options, though. Empire has a new Lord option. I think Kells have new Hero options. We'll have to see what they do. Yes, yes, thank you so much, Torox, coming in with the $9.99 donation. Did you know Torox has no model for tabletop? Ridiculous. Hey, Torox, I'm going to find someone at GW and I'm going to hunt them down. I'm going to hunt them down. Does he have rules in Age of Sigmar? We can, like, make one or something. Looks like the guys are good to go. Let's get rid of the screen blocker. Boop. And hop into the game. And hop straight into the game. No way, Torox, that's kind of crazy. I remember when he got released, and yeah, he didn't have a model. He didn't have one. I guess the idea was that you would take a Doom Ball and you would have to paint it differently, but it doesn't really look like he has a full brass body like around him. That's strange. We'll have to start a petition. We'll have to get that changed for sure. We'll find a way, Torox, don't worry. But thank you so much for the donation, man. Honestly, it means so much. It really does. Yeah, that's a good idea, like, Blackthorn, taking a little break. I'm not playing in tournaments at the moment either. Taking a bit of a break, just chilling out so I can keep motivated for Warhammer 2 until number 3 comes out. If I may humbly suggest that you stream with the GCCM mod using some of the amazing custom maps they have, that'd be cool. We can do a tournament on custom maps. Yeah, we can try them out. I think you do get standard bearers in this mod. I don't think you get musicians and stuff. I'm not sure. But let's have a little double check. Anyway, let's delve into this. So, for the forces of Wicked D, a legendary warrior, been around for a very long time, coming with the Tomb Kings. Let's see what tricks he does have up his sleeve. There we go. Right word him. We have a Tomb Prince, we have Ark in the Black as well alongside him, coming in with Raised Dead, Invocation Deck, as well as Purple Sun. Okay, so it looks like he's had some changes to his lore here, which is pretty cool, kind of some extra spells. We do have Skeleton Chariots as well, we have a Tomb Scorpion, and, oh my god. What is this? Where did they find the model for the boat? This looks ridiculous and amazing at the same time. We have a Tomb Barku, is what I'm going to call it, or Barku, I think that's the way of pronouncing it. Who knows? It has magic attacks. It seems more of a support unit. It comes down very lovely hex down onto the enemies to nuke their stats, whilst giving damage resistance to nearby homies. So definitely a support unit. Very cool stuff though there. In the back, we do have some Guardians of the Arbalast. Okay, let's go through the front line. Skeleton Spearmen and Skeleton Warriors. Nothing fun there, just basically a bucket ton of chaff protecting W Shopti, one of which is a Regiment of Renown. We have the Blessed Legion as well, but more importantly, we have the Guardians of the Tower in the back. And let's see what their color scheme looks like. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, like the white mask. I guess he's the champion of the unit. I wonder if he actually does more damage and more stats. You can see they have the snakes as well on their polearms. That's some pretty fancy stuff, and they're going to be used in conjunction here with the Tomb Barku there as well. Looks like we have some special new Shopti. These are some new ones in the game with a cool new color scheme, looking very badass. Now, for the forces of the High Elves, we do have Silver and Guard making up the majority of the battle line, backed up by Spearmen on the flanks, as well as some white lines in the center. With a mighty Star Dragon coming in with a whopping 12.5k HP, looking pretty badass. Looks like he has armor sundering as well. With a Lario the Radiant on foot, coming with all her usual stuff. Triple Sisters in the central pocket, including the Everqueen's Court Guard, backed up by some Sword Masters and more Spearmen. So a little bit more of a traditional build coming in today from the High Elves. If we have a little look here at Alarielle, she comes with Star of Avalon, as well as the Stave of Avalon, Tempest, Earthblood. So yeah, nothing too crazy or new here, I don't think. Although the presence of the Everqueen does give flame resistance and extra vigor, which is nice. She has Arcane Mastery, Magic Bonds. Yeah, load of cool stuff. But very excited for this one. Good luck, have fun. Both players are ready. Let the battle commence. Let the battle commence. And let's go. So the Tomb Kings will be advanced obviously quite quickly. They do have their unit of Ushopti Great Bows. Is actually only the one unit of Ushopti? Yeah, I think I got mixed up last time because we have that special unit in. Just the one unit. So he does have some range dominance. But Triple Sisters should be able to out-trade relatively effectively. Star Dragon is going to be approaching. I'd love to see some big, fat, juicy Star Dragon breath attacks going down the line. But look at our majestic beast float slumberously towards the enemy in a bit of a swaggery fashion. The dragons are some really cool-looking models. And it looks like the Ushopti are going to be switching targets. However, they've started to split just past the dragon. Some good juking by Ninja as well, swooping left and right. He's managed to basically not take any damage so far, which is really nice for him. Now, the Skeleton Chariots moving up around the flanks are going to want to shut down the Sisters of Avalon as quickly as possible. There is a lot of Spearmen nearby. We also have the white lines in this secondary pocket. It's like they are getting buffed. Let's have a little look to see what this is. The Azure flank them. Extra melee attack and speed. Looks like they're a nice support unit as well now, apart from being the standard damage dealers. Star Dragon's getting quite close to the enemy, maybe trying to sneak in a breath attack. Going down on the Blessed Legion would be super tasty if Wicked D is unable to catch it. And looks like that's maybe what we're going to be getting. Nope, Star Dragon's simply going to vibe in the skies and hang there for a while, allowing time for the Blessed Legion to turn around and start bringing in some nice volleys onto the Star Dragon, though it seems to have been able to juke the majority of the shots so far. The glorious little boat is going to be swooping around the flank. A lovely overload is coming on the right-hand side. We'll have to see if the High Elves do react to this quickly. We have Skeleton Chariots moving up. We have the boat. We have the Scorpion, as well as the Ushopti all come in on this right-hand side as the main battle line does start to get engaged here. It seems like the Guardians, unfortunately, are going to be getting targeted down by the Sisters, as well as the Chosen of the Gods. It looks like the High Elves really want them off the field, but in stream the Chariots. Look at this gap they've managed to open up, diving in, and they're catching quite a lot here of the Sisters out of position. We have an Earthblood go down, which lowers your melee attack and speed, which is interesting. So whilst you're healing, you're in a weakened state, which is pretty damn cool. Skeleton Chariots are jumping in, but the Sword Masters are going to be moving up. Only 60 models in that unit, despite being on Ultra Funds. That is probably because they have some big buffs. Fast protection coming in, giving a whopping 40 plus melee attack and 20% melee defense there in the central pocket. That should allow the Sword Masters to get in here and dish out the pain. The special Ushopti are going to be moving around the flank. It looks like Spearmen will be countercharging them. Nice counterplay there by Ninja. However, the Glorious Blessed Legion are really starting to rip some shots into the enemy formation. It's a bit of a flustercluck there. The Sisters not where they want to be. Star Dragon did land on the Chosen of the Gods there, doing some nice work, but is now being pinned in place by the Skeleton Warriors, as well as the Guardians of the tower, trying to surround the Star Dragon where possible. Tomb Prince also coming in, and Dragon trying to get up into the skies once more. In the main fight, though, the Sisters are completely surrounded. We've got Skeleton Warriors all over the place, and the Chariots are being dealt with relatively effectively at the moment. Arkan is going to be able to sneak away and try to survive. The boat's been doing a good job just supporting nearby troops and also damaging the enemy. Another Earthblood goes down. It does heal 1,400 HP, but comes in with that debuff now as well. The Star of Avalon, or the Sisters of Avalon, I should say, getting overrun. They're really not wanting to be in this combat right now, but they simply can't pull back because there's so many Skeleton Chariots breathing in their rear, which is really bad news. A orb of magical fire has been brought to the world around the boat for a second, but seems to have waned away once more. Star Dragon getting very, very danger low, though, down to 4,700 HP. Spearmen are being overrun by Skeleton Chariots, as well as the Ushopti on the left-hand flank, and the Tomb King's really dominating right now. A beautiful breath attack does come in on the boat, though, getting down to about half HP, and now the Star Dragon can land. It's getting held up, though, by the Star of Avalon. That's kind of wanting to vibe in that hill radius right now, but it's allowing the Chosen of the Gods, as well as the Blessed Legion, to rain in so many shots, and it looks like the Spearmen are fleeing in all different directions. More Spearmen are coming back to support, and the Dragons getting a lovely bit of healing right now, coming in with the Earth Flood as well as the Star of Avalon, but it's simply not worth it for the amount of damage it's taken. If it could land amongst these zombies, maybe there'd be a good chance there. What if the zombies look any different? Oh my god, they do! They've got like little outfits on and stuff. Okay, so the zombies look a little bit different, maybe a different color scheme when they're brought with the Tomb Kings today. The beautiful Star Puppy comes in to try to save Alarielle the Radiant, but the Chosen of Gods are having such a good time right now, and it looks like the Majestic Beastie doth fall on the Sisters. Wanting to bring that long-range firepower, spent the majority of the battle in hand-to-hand combat, which is really bad news for them. Swordmasters up to 36 kills. They're not doing too shabby. They'll be fighting a lot of elite infantry. Alarielle seems to have some pretty cool, maybe fancy new animations. I'm not sure. But she comes in here and dish out the pain to the zombies. I guess I'm not used to her being on foot and in combat, so those animations might be a little bit alien to me. Spearmen are trying to make a bit of a last stand around the white line, so of course we'll be buffing all nearby troops. Fast protection also goes down, but there is so many Tomb Kings left on the battlefield right now. Whether you Shopti summon that we can see, and the ammunition is still plentiful for their ranged troops. Chosen of the Gods, let's have a little look at their damage value. Up to 3,561. Absolutely absurd work so far. And the Chariots are just doing some really nice work in the middle here. The boat's trying its best, trying to support where needed. Up to 21 kills, of course. It's not really meant to be a massive damage output. I wouldn't have thought. Well, it's kind of like a Morse engine as well. So, hey, 1,100 HP isn't bad whatsoever. Skeleton Chariots will be going down. Looks like tuners are about to break. The White Line's making a real solid last stand here around the Swordmasters, who are cleaving their way through many an undead foe, but it's not going to be enough. They're simply getting bogged down at the moment. We're about to see a massive heal coming, I think, from Alarielle, that was stopped there, and we get a Skeleton Warrior summon coming in the back. It's going to be the slow grind. The High Elves have chosen the painful way of death. Rather than retreating, they're getting sandwiched between horsemen and warriors alike and driven off the battlefield. The Blessed Legion have nearly used up all their ammunition, only 19 kills, but I bet you they have some pretty damn fantastic damage value. Even the Swordmasters' loyalties are starting to waver as the Sisters of Thorn do start to flee from the battlefield as well. Alarielle getting very low as the Chariots swoop back into the engagement and break the heart of many a High Elf fan in chat, no doubt. You can see the Sisters being forced off, as well as the White Lions. Alarielle was even starting to waver. Army losses kicks in, and that's going to be game 1 to Wicked D. Although there's one unit of Sovereign Guard who don't give a damn about army losses. They couldn't care less. They could not care less about your petty army losses. This war is not over until I say it is over. They're not unbreakable or anything, are they? They have some pretty cool, like, bonuses and stuff, but no, their leadership, they just don't care. They really do not care about army losses at all. Despite the fact their entire army is running away and broken, Tomb King's easily going to be able to wrap that one up in that main fight. They're like, nah, it's fine. It's fine. It's a good situation. They're that little dog meme in the burning house. But they're only fighting Skeleton Warriors at the moment, and even that is enough eventually there to break them. GG's, well played. A lovely, juicy little victory there for the Tomb Kings in this best of 3 series. Lovely stuff. Lovely, lovely stuff. Oh, yeah. 20k HP zombies, don't you forget it. And they do take constant damage, but they don't disappear, which is really, really lovely. Well played by Wicked D there. Alec in the Black, a very impressive 95 damage value. Not doing too much work. 300 on the Tomb Prince is quite nice, though. Skeleton Spearmen across the board didn't do too much. They just grind down the enemy and held them in place, allowed the rest of the army to dish out the pain. The Guardians didn't get in the action, unfortunately, only 70 value. They were used in more of a defensive approach to protect that backline where possible. 1,160 damage value on the Blessed Legion is very impressive. Likewise, the Chariots, 1.5k damage value and 1.6 is really tasty. Tomb Scorpion, 1,948, but the MVPs for me, without a doubt, was the Regiment Renowned Ushopti Great Bows, 3,675 damage value. Only 7 kills, but it does not matter. 1.8k on the special unit Ushopti, and for the Glorious Boat, 1.6k damage value. As for Ninja, I couldn't really get his, I suppose the football in terms of you couldn't get the ball up from out underneath your feet. You couldn't really get his units out from that little clump and into the right positions. The Sisters managed to get, 777, 720, and 658 damage value, which isn't terrible, but they were basically unable to shoot 90% of the game, and that was a big problem for him. Star Dragon, only 1,000 damage value as well. Swordmasters, 1.2. White Lions, 2,000 damage value. They were well and truly in the midst of battle the entire day. Up to 223 kills is quite nice. The Sylvan Guard struggled across the board, 840 damage value being the highlight. Spearmen, 1,100 damage value being the highlight for them, but the rest really struggling. A couple of units coming in with 0 kills, and Alarielle, simply not a melee combatant, only 143 kills on her. GG. GG indeed. Let's go Pillar of Bone. And the Pillar of Bone will be up next. You want me to be Norska or Vampire Counts this round versus the Dowie? Because I just played Undead Scum, I'll go Norska. Okay, no worries. GG, that was tough. Yeah, that was a tough one for sure. That was a tough one. So it looks like we're getting Norska versus Dwarves. Let's quickly update the scoreboard while I think about it. Boo, 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 boo. And that is going to be 1-0 so far to Wicked D. But remember, there is plenty of room for a comeback. Plenty of room. Let's pop that down and load up in. What are you guys making of this so far? I bet one of the first quality mods for Total Warhammer 3 is going to be Imric. Oh god, I'm not go- Oh wait, is that one of the dragons? If so, I don't know, like, in what format you're thinking of, Nick, because that could be very dodgy as well. Oh yeah, we're going to the dreaded Bone Zone. Who's laughing now? Exactly. Exactly. Imric is, you know, the principal dragon, so technically he is their prince, right? So if she's like the queen of dragons, it kind of counter-punches it. Archer's coward with magic aimbot bow. That's what Marcus is? Or a coward, yeah? I mean, I think in end times he might kill Torx Brass Ball, but that's end times. I mean, that's, you know, it's nonsense Torx. Don't worry about it. We won't worry about that too much. Yeah, the 93 melee attack's scary. The Tomb Bark or Barkur? Who knows? It was a cool looking unit for sure. I wonder how they managed to get the model into the game. Where's Gromby at? Yeah, Grombrindo, it's time. It's time. Let me double check that I haven't left anything up. No, we're good. Cool. Looks like Ninja's ready to rumble. Just waiting on the legendary Wicked D, and we can get this one crack-a-lackin'. Let's have a little drink while we wait. Always need to remember to drink during streams, otherwise my voice is dead for a couple of days. Can I talk about the High Elves safely now? Probably, Geese, probably. He might appear out of nowhere and bash you on the head with a hammer, but what can you do? The dwarves like popping out holes and just hitting people who talk about High Elves. Which, fun fact, if you ever need to get out of a work meeting or anything, just say High Elves are great, and a dwarf will appear and bonk you in the head and you can go off homesick. It's worked for me many times. It's a very good tactic. You have to get bonked in the head, though, and if it's a hammer, you're a little unlucky, because it can, you know, hurt quite badly. But these are the risks we must take. Cool. I've played this mod with the dwarfs. I have not played this mod with Norska. So I don't know what Norska get. Have I faced Norska? No, I haven't. I think I faced Chaos. I'm not sure what changes Norska are going to have. I know the dwarves have a bucket ton of units. They can bring Dragon Slayers. There's only 10 of them, although this is bigger unit size, so maybe there'll be a bit more than 10. Who are so goddamn powerful. They do exactly what they say on the tin. They'll kill dragons for you. But apart from that, obviously, against infantry, they're not really necessary. Hopefully we get to see Ungrim. Ungrim's a very cool model in this, but some people were telling me about Thorgrim's bodyguards. So if they're in the mod, they would probably be pretty cool to see. Probably pretty cool to see. The pointy helmets shall protect us, says Zypher. What's up, Zypher? How's it going, champ? Hope you're all good today. And looks like we're ready to load in. So this is the second best of 3. If this is a straight up 2-0, we'll probably make the finals best of 5. I think. So we'll probably have time that way. Norse could get walls. Like, please, give us walls. You'd love it if a noble could ride a griffin into battle. That's pretty cool. I could see that as a dope mount. You'd have to obviously, like, balance it money-wise and stuff, but it'd probably be fine. But here we are, the Bone Zone, the Pillar of Bone. Very cool map. Named as such, obviously, because the big Pillar of Bone in the distance. Luckily for us, it's not in the middle of the map, like on some maps where you have the kind of thing directly in the middle. But still, it's a nice little view. I quite like this map. It's very close quarters. You can get underway quite quickly. Both players, though, do have high grounds. They do also have trees and other stuff where you can hide. But let's look at Wicked D. He must be feeling pretty good. He won that first game, so let's check out his build. We have Marauders with great weapons, Marauder Berserkers, and Blessed Marauder Champions. Coming in, even on ultra unit settings, with only 40 models. They are glass can, fast attacks. They're a legendary unit, so you can only have one. They have regeneration, and there's some pretty cool models mixing with the Forsaken. They have the Berserk trait, as you'd expect, which actually looks way more powerful now. That looks insane. Extra melee attack, physical resistance, speed, and vigor. We do have Weather the Storm. They have 20% missile resistance, and they have the Transformation of Chaos. That's what gives them regen and flame, magic, and physical resistance. They're immune to psychology, and they have that ward save. So that's pretty nice stuff indeed. We do have some Marauder Ice Wolf chariots. We have the Great Moor Herd, which is the unit of mini mammoths, which is beautiful. Warwick the Wanderer coming on his mighty chariot, and a Shaman Sorcerer of Death with Spirit Leech and Purple Sun. Double Ferromancer Core up in the sky. Let's have a look at this chariot. I spied something there. Oh, it's just Weather the Storm. Okay, so he has that missile resistance and stuff. The main infantry line, I don't think there's anything too special here. Looks like basic, just Marauders, Berserkers, Marauders with great weapons. Triple, oh my god, no, these are not Marauder Hunters. We have one Marauder Hunter. And then we also have the Norskan Ulfendanar. Yeah, whatever that is. We have these guys, who look like even more badass. They're anti-infantry special ranged weapon hybrid. Look pretty cool to me. They have Gravely Wounded. They get bonus versus infantry, plus a bonus versus large, and some Warhounds. I like it quite a bit. I know you guys want to check out the dwarfs, so we'll have a little look. We do have double rangers in the front. We have the Skyhammer Gyro Bomber up in the sky. Main battle line is a mixture of Slayers, the Everguard. Do we have multiple Everguard? No, just Dwarf Warriors are great weapons. We'll go through them first. So the Dwarf Warriors are great weapons. And then, yeah, the Everguard are here. So I believe these guys are Thorgrim, the Grudge Bearers, are Royal Bodyguards. They look pretty damn badass. I love the Standard Bearer being on the champion, like attached to his back. These guys have Coordinated Carnage, a massive buff to any lord in their radius. They have Dauntless Fury, so they get better and better as they progress in a fight, going all the way up to plus 25% armor-piercing weapon damage and plus 15 melee attack. Undying Oath once more, which is a quite nice resistance. Immune to Psychology, Armor Sundering, they look pretty badass, and they are being led by Thorgrim Ironbrow himself. The secondary battle line, we have Thunderer Grudge Rakers, which I believe are a shotgun variety. Shorter range, but certainly hit very, very hard. A couple of Slayers in the back. Looks like we have 2 units of them. We also have a Flame Cannon, which is pretty cool stuff. Let's go over Thorgrim quickly to see if he is different in any way. I'm sure he is. He looks exactly the same, as you'd expect. But he's coming in with the Ancestral Shield Bearers. Triggers an explosion that knocks back enemies. Summons a unit of Unbreakable Ancestral Shield Bearers with Guardian ability. That is slightly crazy. We have the usual stuff, Deadly Onslaught, Stand or Die, Oath of Vengeance, which now lowers speed and melee defense. Flow of Battle is a nice little banner. And then apart from that, yeah, looks like pretty much standard stuff. He also has the Undying Oath. Looks very cool. Looks very cool. I'm interested to see how those shotguns do. If you can get them on top of the Great Moor Herd, I think that'd be a pretty decent position from them. Of course, those Slayers are going to have to be rather active. Looks like these guys have Shield Breaker, the shotgun variety, and Armor Piercing. Not sure why he bought them this time. Maybe he just wants to show them off because there's not that much armor for them to break. They're kind of an anti-armor unit. We also have the Rangers being a little bit sneaky into the back, maybe trying to hunt down javelins and axe throws and all that goodness. I'm really excited to see how the Blessed Marauder Champions do. I think you can only have one unit. Yeah, they got this weird symbol right up here, Legendary Unit. So this unit has legendary status in the eyes of both friend and foe. It is so powerful and unique that only one of these units can be fielded at a time, which is understandable. Fast attacks, glass cannons, regeneration though. Only 40 models means they may still struggle to break through the thick dwarvish armor that we're seeing on the battlefield today. Yes, Great Hammer, Air of Effect, Armor Sundering, Everguard. Yeah, they're going to be wild. And Thorgrim's a raid boss. So that's going to be pretty good fun. So it does look like the Skyhammer is been moving forward. It needs to be very careful. The Double Manticores can easily tear it apart, but if it falls back into range here of the Thunderers, then maybe it can be protected. But it looks like I'm maybe going for a cheeky bombing run. This could be a mistake, but oh my god, the damage. Beautiful work there. 40 kills off one bomb, and that is a rather swift retreat. Flame Cannon is going to follow suit, and this poor unit of Marauders have not had a good day whatsoever. They've lost so many models already. Look at the dead and dying, and the blood stains on the battlefield is all that remains of them. Yeah, this unit Morals isn't making it to the front line, I don't think. They're most likely going to break. Do we have hounds in the back? We do. So we have one sneaky hound. It's kind of waiting its time right now. And hopefully coming in the later stages to hunt down that flame cannon, which is doing so much damage already, up to 25 kills with the HP damage has been pretty insane. And the Thunderers unleash their shots, and look at the damage their shotguns are able to do. They kind of have this glorious spread shot, and they are ripping into the front line as the Dwarf Warriors brace themselves from a charge. But once again, you can see the beautiful micro of Wicked D forcing his way into the back line, whipping around. He's got so much pressure coming in from all angles. It doesn't matter if he loses the front, if he wins both flanks and can collapse in on the flame cannon, as well as the Thunderers, who are currently doing a pretty decent damage. So they do more damage the closer they are. Those spread shots kind of missing a lot of the Norscans in the back here. And we are about to see a big nasty spell coming. It's going to be the Purple Sun. Here it goes. It's Overcast Purple Sun into the Thunderers. And that's just a dead unit of Thunderers. And oh no, the Purple Sun is going to go along the Everguard, I think. Oh no, it seems to be staying in place. The Everguard were very lucky there not to take too much damage. Manticores consider going after Thorgrim, instead going to be hunted down the Skyhammer. I certainly see that as a good target. Flame Cannons are now doing really good damage into the back of this Norscan formation. Very close game so far. The Thunderers are starting to be shut down a little bit. Likewise is the Flame Cannon. Though Wicked D did forget this unit of Norscan Warhounds. Flame Cannon can get off one last volley up to 72 kills. There it goes. Beautiful. Firing in to some of the special thrown axe units in the back. Now the Thunderers are starting to break. Dwarf Warriors are holding firm. Slayers are doing a decent job as well, surrounding the Mammoths and the Chariots. And unfortunately for Wicked D, well, then these are Dwarf Warriors. There's Slayers mixed in here as well, but the Great Maw have started to rampage, which is really bad news for him as they're starting to get dragged down. And Wolfric the Wanderer is now doing a decent job cleaving his way through plenty of Dwarf Warriors. Manticores are starting to land and find homes. Thunderers with the Grudge Rakers are being forced back in all different directions. Just the Norscan Swarm may be a little bit too much for the Dwarves. However, the Manticore is trying to land and fight right now, but the Everguard with Stand Your Ground are going to be really tough and tricky customers. Oath of Vengeance goes down on the Pharaoh Manticore, trying to stop it from being able to escape. And the bodyguards are swarming now to the battle lines. Protect the king with your lives. And the Pharaoh Manticore is getting put well and truly in its place here. Look at that damage from the Everguard. I love to see it. Elsewhere, though, the Norscans are doing really good. Slayers are starting to go down. The Blessed Marauder Champions are going in their berserk fury, fueled by their war might. But, you know, that's not a bad thing for them, as they will be getting considerable buffs at the same time. Double Rangers doing some good jobs, just picking off units in the back. It looks like some Thunderers have managed to rally. Balance Power, though, is relatively in favor right now of the Norscans, and he still has these Marauder Hunters who are armor-piercing shield breakers, and they're really doing a number over on the Thorgrim Grudgebearer right now. And Wicked D's got good micro. He's not going to let them get caught by the Everguard, or at least you wouldn't think that charge bonus. Look at them go, dun, 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 pounding their way forward. But the Marauder Hunters just about able to break off there and retreat. Hunter Champions goes down, as well as a Spirit Leech. And it looks like the Everguard are going to get distracted, falling back, trying to meet their foes head on. And Thorgrim needs to stay as close as possible to his homies right now, because with those debuffs on him, it's going to be really nasty stuff. And the Shaman is being able to jump in there and do some pretty decent damage. Now, the Dwarves are starting to win in the majority of elements of the battlefield, which is kind of surprising why the balance power is so against them. But I do guess their Lord is kind of getting beat up. Lovely, lovely Purple Sun goes down the Everguard. That's how you deal with them. You don't fight them in combat. They're simply too powerful. You use your magic instead. And that Shaman has done some fantastic work today for the Chaos Gods. Dwarf Warriors are starting to win their engagements. They can start to float back now into the main fight, because it does look like Grudgebearer may indeed get assassinated. Dwarves have won the majority of the battlefield, but losing their lord like this is probably going to cost them the battle. And Thorgrim Grudgebearer does beat back a Manticore. He's trying to go toe-to-toe right now with Wolfric the Wanderer. The Everguard are nearby, and they are laying a big fat whipping down on him. You can see his HP is falling rather quickly, but the Grudgebearer does rout. We did not get to see his summon. That is such a mistake. If we saw his summon come down, they could either be used to force off the Hunters or help deal with Wolfric the Wanderer. Maybe there will be a chance yet if he does come back in the later stages of the battle, but the Dwarves are starting to lose hope here. All their units are relatively beat up. Slayers are doing an okay job trying to hunt down the Chariots, but the Blessed Marauder Champions, up to 143 kills, still have 25 of their models left. And it looks like the range is starting to run out, but Army Losses kicks in. That was a game that was right on the knife's edge for a very long time, but it does look like Wicked D will be able to take this one 2-0 and book himself a slot, there we go, in the finals up against Stormrun. And you know what? We're going to make it a best of 5. Screw it. Best of 5. We're going to do it. I'm feeling it. I'm enjoying the mod. It's been a good fun. You guys want to see a best of 5? You guys want it? Best of 5 versus best of 3? No, spells are a little bit different as well. Like, healing comes with debuffs, for example. Some spells, I think, now stand still when they previously moved and that kind of stuff. Well played to Wicked D. Really fantastic performance by him. Wilfred the Wanderer, 1.4k damage value. 1.7 on that Shaman Sorcerer of Death. Really top-notch play there. Really well played. Dropping those purple suns, and a massive amount of initial damage as well being poured out from the dwarf army. But Norsko were able to just go those nice flanks. Wicked D did that in game 1 as well. Very good at finding the gaps and shutting down those key units. More Great Weapons did a solid job across the board. Their damage value is not that impressive. Berserkers as well. Kind of in the higher ends of the hundreds, the 700s, the 800s. Big kills though, 125, 139, and 116. But let's look at the more impressive units. The Blessed Marauder Champions, 161 kills, over 26k damage dealt, 1,502 damage value. Lovely stuff there. The Special Axe Throwers and the regular ones did a decent job, 980 and 1,470 damage value. And able to get those guys on top of the Grudge Bearer with some really nice target priority. Chariots didn't do too much. The Warhounds were forgotten, unfortunately. And the Manticores as well were neutered, relatively ineffective. 500 value and 455, only 650 on the Great Moorherd, but assassinating the Grudgebearer is what did it. He only got 678 value himself. Dwarf Warriors across the line did okay. The glorious Thunderer Grudgerakers here didn't get the biggest damage value, 364, 174, and 217, but did decent HP damage. The Slayers, however, 1.3 and 2.2k damage value is really nice. Dwarf Warriors, standard stuff, not much damage value because they were simply there to hold. 1.2 on the Everguard's quite nice. That Flame Cannon with 860 damage value and 91 kills with some nice additional damage at the start, but eventually got shut down. Same with the Skyhammer as well. Nice volley, but then got beaten back. Rangers a little bit too late to the party. Only 285 value on the Skyhammer, 148 and 95 on the Rangers. GG. No worries, Wicked D says he needs to use bathroom super quick before he begins. No worries. Thanks for hosting, GG. No worries, Ninja. Thank you for playing, man. It was really good fun. So we get Storm in next. And we're going to do best of 5. And we're going to do the first map as Schwarsterhafen. Rather large map here. So let's update the scoreboard quickly. Boo, 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 boo. That was... Bam. 2-0 to Wicked D there. So let's change the text around. And put this now to Storm. And we can reset the scores now. Back to 0-0. You guys want a best of 3 or do you want a best of 5? That's the true question. That is the true question. Yeah, the Dwarfish leadership's good. Of course. It's very good. Our clans will shun us! Grimhammer, best hammer. Grimhammer's been really fun. Chariots ripping the back line and killing Thorgrim was great micro from Norsko. It was fun to watch. 100% agree. Wicked D is always fun to watch. He brings a lot of fun builds, and his micro is pretty damn scary. He's a very experienced player. He's been around for a long time. He's been around for a very long time. Oh, see, it looks like a few guys saying best of 5s. Torx Brass Ball. Just for you, buddy. I think Torx, man, your donation has bumped us from a best of 3 to best of 5, bro. I'm saying it. McRightface, the legendary god himself. Quack, quack. How's it going, buddy? Hope you're all good. How's the YouTube channel going? You been putting out any content recently? I need to double check. But yeah, McRightface does some awesome YouTube stuff. I can send a link at the end of the stream if you guys want. But if not, you can just type in McRightface and it'll pop up. There's a lot of like storytelling based YouTube videos. Five, so 1? Yeah, we'll do 5. Best of 5 it is. If the players can do it, of course. Yo, yo. So this is a best of 5. With Storm. Picking best. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Which faction do you guys want to see? We've seen a decent amount so far. But we haven't seen, like, all of them. There's still plenty of factions left. Chaos. are one of the ones which I really want to see because they have access to so many demon units. Chaos are one of the most changed factions. I think Empire have quite a lot as well, just due to the fact they have all the Empire Knights. They're relatively the same, right? It's just like, you know, more Knights, but the Warriors of Chaos, they are truly some crazy stuff. Likewise, seeing the Wood Elves in action is always fun. If you go for the sub-faction of Wood Elves, you can access basically Shopti Greatbow, like tree men. It is insane. It is so cool. But I think you have to go sub-faction to see them. So I don't know if these guys know that you have special units, depending on your sub-faction. You go down to the campaign exclusives, there's normally a little bit of stuff. But yeah, we haven't seen the Lizard Men yet. We haven't seen the Lizard Men, which is sad. Check out IG to see concept sketches of the next level bad guys. Awesome stuff. You're on IG as well. Thank you so much, Geese, for linking Mick Rightface's YouTube channel there. You're a champ. Truly a champ. Elfranvis Flying Knights. That would be badass, Nafis. That'd be very badass. I'd be excited to see in action. Yeah, we got 50 likes. Thank you guys so much for supporting the stream. If you are enjoying, feel free to like and subscribe and all that good standard YouTube-y stuff. We're well on our way to 7,000 subscribers. Once we hit that, I'm probably going to do a special stream. I think the plan initially, it's going to be very long stream, so probably a break, like a food break in the middle of it. But the idea is to play every single faction on quick battles until I lose with that faction. So I started Bretonia, and I just play Bretonia over and over and over again until I lose, which is probably going to be one time knowing me in Bretonia. And then I move on to the next faction, I move one down. That's the idea. I think we would set a cap on it, so maybe 7 hours, considering it's 7,000 subscribers, would be the max I'm going to go on the stream, with like a, I don't know, like 20-minute food break in the middle or something. Because I'll need some food to keep me going. The Knights of Torque Leader, is that what they're called? I feel like Torque Leader's the Archers. Regiment Archers. It's Tor something, you're right. So Stormrunner is going Chaos, banning Dwarfs and Dark Elves. Interesting stuff. So we might get to see a load of the cool demon stuff from Storm. There's a lot for him to choose from, though. And it's all, a lot of it's very expensive, so you can't, you know, just bring the new fancy stuff. You're a mad lad? Yeah, I know. The stream's going to kill me, bro. It's going to kill me. That would be a stream that I will have to prepare for. I'm going to eat like a big meal beforehand, a meal during the stream I will be eating at that point. To kind of keep my energy levels up and stuff. But 7 hours would be like the most, like the furthest I would go. I did a 5-hour and 15-minute stream on Saturday on Creative Assembly's Twitch. And that was like, that was my limit without food. 100%. Yeah. SFO Wards of Chaos are pretty swole. Agreed, Tiago. Also, what up, man? Hope you're all good, dude. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Banned Dwarfs F. Yeah, we'll definitely get some Dwarfs at some point. But Greenskins, awesome. I have no idea what the Greenskins get at all. How's that? Let's have a little look. Let's drop a quick little screen blocker. I don't know why I'm doing the screen blocker, really. But I guess it gives you guys a surprise on what happens on the battlefield. These guys are literally clan mates, so there's no way about cheating. Grimgor Ironhide is classed as a juggernaut, so that sounds dope. But let's see if there's any new units. These guys look different. Oh, they're just Night Goblin Fanatics. We have the Immortals! Oh, come on, Wicked. You've got to bring Grimgor into Immortals, bro. They're a bigger Armada, which is good, always good to know. Any other special units that we can see? The Blackhawk's Shield is really nice. The Bone Clubber Tribe Savage is really cool. The Immortals is 100% a pick that I would love to see in the base game. Looks like Cavalry. I mean, there's going to be changes to them, obviously, but as far as special units seem relatively similar. What on earth is that? A Colossal Squig? Oh, Wicked. Come on, man. Come on. A Colossal Squig. It's got to happen, surely. We also have the... No, Loki Bogies are the same. Oh, there's no Goblin Spear Chucker. I thought we'd have... Oh, there is. There's a Goblin Spear Chucker. Cool. The real cheap artillery piece. And then you just get all the feral units like you normally can. I pray we get the Immortals. Oh, you can get Forest Goblin Infantry as well. Apparently. There we go. So they have poison and stuff. I hope we get the Immortals. Or we either the Immortals or the Colossal Squig. I think I will cry if we don't get one of those. I think I would actually cry. And just to show you the Warriors of Chaos. It's insane. So everything's changed obviously for their lords. You get a new special hero. And then look at this. You get Demonettes of Slaanesh, Bloodletters of Khorne, Plague Bearers of Nurgle, Khorne Berserkers, Sons of the Last Plague, Guardians of the Dark Prince Desires, and Zealots of Change. It's a very cool stuff. You get the Pink Horrors of Tzeentch, which is pretty awesome. So we might see like some themed builds, like a Khorne themed build or something would be cool. You get a Great Chaos Dragon, and also you get some Chaos Cultists. It's really cool stuff. It's really cool stuff. Obviously, there's no pressure on these guys to bring any of the special stuff we don't want to see, but likewise, you know, I think most of them will be tempted to bring some awesome looking stuff. Yeah, they'll be pretty powerful, I'm sure. They'd be pretty powerful. We had 98 votes on the poll. Cool. I'll close out like towards the end of the stream and we can kind of decide between us if we're going to do more of these type of streams in the future. There won't be all the time, obviously. I will still do like the normal streams as well. We have kicked off DBD Season 10, which may be the last season before Total War Warhammer 3. I'm not sure. It's either the last or second to last before then. What we might do is do it as the last season, and then in the last month coming up to Total War Warhammer 3, we'll do like a special one with like a Total War Warhammer 3 giveaway or something. You heard pink horrors turn into 2 blue horrors in this mod. That'd be pretty cool to try out. I don't know if we're going to get any today. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I'm not going to give away the secrets. I don't know how they've not picked the Colossal Squig, though. I'm telling you that Wikid currently doesn't have this bad boy. I don't think that will load. Doesn't have this bad boy in. It is anti-infantry, armor piercing, it's fast attacks, it's capable. It comes in with Squigs Go Wild, as well as the Fungoid Squig Explosion, which spawns a unit of Squigs, which is awesome. But it looks like he's still figuring out his build and kind of trying to figure out what he's going to do. Hopefully those pink horrors do split into the blue ones, would be kind of cool. I understand why they wouldn't do it for Warhammer 3, but I'm so excited for Warhammer 3. Like, occasionally I see people trying to bring it down. I'm like, no, look at this. There's this kind of thing, which I don't think is going to be super optimal or whatever. I'm like, guys, the brand new Total War game for one. It's going to be awesome on the day, and it's Total War Warhammer. I'm going to do a video soon as well on what I think is going to come after Total War Warhammer. If we're going to begin Age of Sigma Total War, 40k Total War, talking about the pros, the cons, all that kind of stuff. Those are some bigger videos which I'm going to start pumping out relatively soon. I think my next video, though, will most likely be, or my next different video from the standard ones you're used to, will be teaching people how to submit replays to my channel, to Turin's channel, to Logic's channels, to anyone's channel, a simple guide on how to do it. Which, you know, it works for all Total War games. People do ask me now and again, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to make a video on it, rather than explain it to different people. Yeah, Tzeentch looks awesome for sure. For Warhammer 3. They look very cool. Them, Kislev as well, man. Kislevs are my boys. Kislev are definitely my boys. Cool. So waiting for these guys to be ready. And we'll hop into this best of 5. My only regret on Warhammer 3 is there's no Araby. No Araby yet, but they could be DLC in the future, who knows. Although I think they'd have to rework all the models from Games Workshop, sorry, there we go. Cool. Let's get rid of the screen blocker. Boop. There we go. And you can see Wicked did give in. He gave in. He's a man of class and culture. Man of class and culture. He's brought the giant squig. The colossal squig. I just want to see what the model looks like. We do not have the immortals, though. So R in chat for the immortals. Drink one for your homies. Pour one out. And we'll have to get over the fact there's no immortals. Maybe Storm will bring them later in the competition. Who knows? Here we are loading into the glorious map of Schwarzhafen. Schwarzhafen. Pretty big open map, so after this we'll probably jump to Troll Country. Go from one end of the spectrum to the next. Go a really small map. I'd like to see as many of the factions as they can add. Oh, they will. I mean, I think in their announcement they said, hey, this is the final Total Warhammer game, but this is not anywhere near the final content. We want to support this for years and years and years, which they have done for Warhammer 2, and it's been very popular, so if it goes well, obviously they will. If it doesn't go well and doesn't sell, though, much like the Three Kingdoms, then they won't, right? It doesn't make any sense from a financial point of view, but it's going to be hard to see it flopping, or it's at least going to sell very well initially, 100%. We do have some Goblin Spear Chuckers for the forces of the Greenskins here, which is a pretty cool new unit that's been added in. A incredibly cheap and not super accurate Spear Chucker. It is anti-large though, but poor accuracy, so kind of cool to see that in action. The rest of Wicked Deeds build, we have the Warlord's Boys, of course, and it's all kind of deployed in the back now, but it's a load of gobbos. Just a bucket ton of goblins. We have armored squig hoppers, which is cool. A little bit of a skirmish core of Morglub's, the Morglub's Mangy Marauders, as well as Forest Goblin Spider Riders. We do have double Orc Boar Boy Chariots as well, so a lot of competitive stuff. But look at our boy, the Colossal Squig. He's just having a whale of a time. Let's give him a little stroke on the head there. Oh yeah, look at that. He loves it. He loves it. Give the little Colossal Squig a little stretch there. So he's going to be pretty cool to see in action. I don't know how realistically good he's going to be. We do have a Giant Rivertroll Hag. We have triple Black Orcs. Giant Rivertroll Hag does come with Spirilleech and Purple Sun once more. And then we have the biggest, the baddest, the oddest. We have Grimgor Ironhide coming in. Completely naked apart from his War ability, which basically makes him more and more powerful. He's immune to psychology. He has 10k hit points. Melee expert, armor piercing melee, charge defense against all, and he is a juggernaut. This unit has high resistance to hit reactions, as well as knockback resistances, allowing them to attack unimpeded. Cool stuff. The Stormrunner, though, we can see we have some little Chaos Warhounds in the flanks, looking to bomb rush the enemy backline if at all possible. And then for the front line, we have a Chaos Cultists with maces and some with spears, relatively cheap and cheerful all along the main battle line, backed up by some pink horrors of Tzeentch. Let's see how they look. They look very much like Chaos Spawn to me, with horrific bird faces. Oh my god. This is odd, to say the least, to look at. I don't know how I feel about this unit. They're unbreakable, and they seem to have range attacks, so we'll see how that gets on. Backing them up, we have some Chosen with great weapons on either side, which is really cool. Zealots of Change, which are very cool. I've used them in a battle, and they actually have some really awesome abilities coming in with the Soul Leech of Tzeentch, as was the Unholy Pact of the Changer. With Hounds of Decay in the back, which are souped up Chaos Warhounds, coming over some... Let's see what their poison actually does. I'm sure it's different from the standard, so they have lethal poison there. We also have the Everwatcher in the central pocket, and let's see how our Glorious Boy's changed. It looks like he also has those bound abilities. Anything else different? He's bringing Pierce Shades, Melkos, Mystify, Miasma, as well as Final Transmutation, so he has a mixture of spells now. Anything extra cool? No, I don't think so. Not anything too crazy. And we have one Hell Cannon, which has been armed right now by a bucket ton of dwarfs. A bucket ton, but good luck to these guys. Be interesting to see how this one fares. Let's get underway. Yeah, no Immortals, Jellyfish. It does kind of break my little dark heart a little bit. It would have been the Hot Gates. Mm-hmm. No Immortals is a little bit sad. 130 speed on the Squig? What, the Giant Squig? That's going to have some really weird animations, I feel like. Yeah, 130 speed, my god. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Cool, looks like they're good to go. Both these lads are ready. Nice Fatic builds, indeed. Indeed. We kind of got like the Black Hawk supporting Grimgor. As well as like something else kind of bits on the side, and then we've got a very Tzeentch themed build here for the Warriors of Chaos. The Warhounds in the back are going to be able to jump on top of those pesky Goblin Spear Chuckers, of course, but there's quite a lot. They're going to be patient before they do so. There's also some Skirmish Cav, however, that they can jump on to try to drag down. Now, the Black Orcs are forcing their way forward. Let's look at this little Squig. Look at him go. Look at our boy. He looks so silly, forcing his way through. Look at him go like he waddles, like a penguin. So we've got our speedy penguin boy here, the Colossal Squig. I'm very excited to see how much damage he can do. He seems relatively squishy with only 7,000 HP though, which on this mod isn't that much, particularly on Ultra Funds and stuff. Hell Cannon does a rip a shot into the Black Orcs, doing some damage. Not too much, only kind of 4 kills there off the rip. But the Warriors of Chaos will be able to take this into a relatively defensive formation. Some shots do aim at the Morglub's Mangy Marauders and completely miss. Savage Orc Big Guns will be moving up to try to engage the enemy. Unfortunately, we don't have the special ones here, but we can see that the Spear Chuckers are being left behind on their own. So these Warhounds do need to burst over there and finish them off and take advantage of that situation when the time comes, of course. He wants to kind of have that point where the Greenskins can't fall back and save their own troops. It's not really worth their time, so it's been nice and patient with those Warhounds. Hell Cannon up to 30 kills already. He's going to continue to shoot in at the Black Orcs, doing some pretty solid damage, but nothing too crazy just yet. We do see a net come down on the Chaos Cultist, which is interesting. I don't know what popped that net on them, but they're going to be fine as they do engage with the green boys in the front. Look at our Colossal Squid go. He is skating along the ice of this green luscious field right here. He's kind of doing a little squirt. And you can see the pink horrors do some massive damage along the front, actually. I like this quite a bit. Look at the purple flames. Yes. Yes. Glorious death into the forest goblins. Not doing the most damage, but hey, it looks cool. It has splash attacks, which is really nice. Chaos Cultists are going to be charging into the goblins to fight them in glorious melee combat. And they should do a decent job, I would think. As you can see, the purple damage is now starting to rain down on the Black Orcs. I do not think this is armor piercing by the looks of it. It's not doing the most damage to the Black Orcs, but hey, it's doing some. You see the glorious Colossal Squig has jumped in the back on top of the pink horrors. Zealots of Change are trying to counterpunch where possible. But once again, Wicked D's micro is so good at just getting these massive flank overloads going and forcing his way through. He's suddenly starting to find some gaps into the back line, and in come the chariots as well. But Stormrunner, not to go out without a shout, has jumped on both the Goblin Spear Chuckers and overwhelmed them. So unfortunately, 0 kills on both of them. Not a good day to be a Gobbo. In the back, the Hounds of Decay are trying to support the Zealots of Change. They are fighting the Armored Squigs, who do look very cool, I might add. If we come down here, they look pretty badass, so they do have the Sword of Leeching going down on them, which isn't going to be helping out too much. Now, in the main fight, the Pink Horrors are doing a big fat number now on the Black Orcs and really helping support that front line, alongside, of course, the greatest duck to ever wander the plane, apart from myself, the Everwatcher, greatest chaotic duck, maybe it should be said, although that's going to be changed in Total War Warhammer 3, no doubt. The Black Orcs are getting beaten back pretty badly now on all fronts, and the Chosen are moving in. They were held in reserve, and they are raring to go. If they move in and surround Grimgor, they can certainly have a fun time. However, Spirillage does go down on top of the Everwatcher, which also does some minor vigor damage. The Orc boys are doing a lovely damage along the front line in general, but the Black Orcs are starting to fade into nothingness. Chosen also getting their asses absolutely handed to them right now by the Black Orcs themselves. Savage Orcs get forced back. We do have the Hounds of Decay in the back trying to fight the Armored Squig boys. Where is our glorious gigantic meatball? Here he is, hunting down the Hell Cannon, living his best life. This is what we like to see. He should be able to force off the Hell Cannon crew, which do not look unbreakable anymore. These Chaos Dwarfs are not unbreakable. That's quite an interesting change they've done for the mod. The Chaos Warhounds are coming in now, just rear-attacking enemies, jumping on Black Orcs, chasing them off the battlefield. Lovely play there by Storm. Unfortunately for him, the Everwatcher has spent too long a time near Grimgor Ironhide. Final Transmutation has gone down, but it now looks like it does damage and lowers melee defense as well as speed. However, it's still able to catch the Everwatcher, who was slowed down there by the classic Mither. And I think the Everwatcher could be in big trouble right now. Could be in big trouble. I mean, Grimgor's taking a pounding as well, but the Everwatcher's getting very danger low. And there's some skirmish cav, which might be able to pin him in place. We'll get a Soul Leech go down on all of these units, but the Everwatcher's looking desperately low right now. 500 HP. Is this going to be one last spell before he goes? Nope. Oh no, he does get his Searing Doomed off. Okay, nice. Nice little bit of damage down to Morgrim's Mangy Marauders. A little bit of a fireworks send-off for him. A lot of these units will be unbreakable as well, I would assume, like the Pink Horrors and so forth. Do they change into the Blue Horrors? I don't think we've seen a full unit go down yet. Oh, they do. Look. They've got a little smaller. So they have jumped down to these smaller units, and I think they become just... Oh, no, they're still range units there. That's kind of cool. So it looks like they do split into the Blue Horrors, though their unit card doesn't change. Colossal Squig is basically untouched right now. It is up to only 740 damage value, though. Morgrim's Mangy Marauders and other skirmish cav are able to dart around the formation, and that is going to be a pretty close game. Some lovely micro by both players, but Wicked D shall be taking the first game in this best of 5 final with the lads. Grimgor Ironhide up to an impressive 2,200 damage value. Able to fight the Everwatcher for a prolonged fight there. Really was a big problem for Storm, because once he lost his leadership, all his forces started to break and run for the hill. So it looks like Grimgor in this mod is truly the biggest and the baddest. Giant Hag, 2.4k damage value herself. That's kind of crazy stuff. Goblins didn't do too much. We did see some Forest Goblins in there as well. Savage Orcs did okay. 800 damage value. The Black Orcs, 900, 390, and 1,000. Though they were countered rather lovely here by those pesky horrors. Forest Goblins Rider Archers did okay. Same like Morgul and Mangy Marauders. Nothing too much, but they're relatively healthy in the later stages of the game and still have plenty left to give. Armored Squig Hopper's got 1.2k damage value, only 750 on the Colossal Squig, but it looks beautiful. And for the Orc Board Chariot, 770 and 740 damage value, 65 and 103 kills apiece. Unfortunately, the Goblin Spear Chuckers were absolutely useless. Everwatcher, a rather humble 1.2k damage value there, and the infantry just got ripped to shreds. The Gobbos got in there and brought the pain. Likewise, the Zealots of Change, they're more of a support unit, Still didn't get much damage value either. Chosen, okay, 930 and 800 damage value. Decent kills of 57 and 102, but not paying for themselves. As for the Pink Horrors of Tzeentch, 1.2k, 300 and 300 damage value. Warhounds didn't do too much, and the Hell Cannon, 1000 damage value, but was relatively well handled, I think, all round by Wicked D there. So next, let's go to Troll Country. If I can find it. If my mouse wants to work. Apologies if my camera always bumps up and down whilst I'm going up and down like a little bit too much. It's, my mouse is a little bit broken. There we go, Troll Country. Troll Country is the map. And it looks like we get an Empire, Banindawi, and Greenskin. So we are going to see some Wood Elves from Storm. I'm expecting a mad rush here on such a small map. You can't really kite super effectively here. It is possible. I've seen players do it. I've seen Bowmore execute it amazingly on this map, but it is certainly hard to pull off. Wicked D is coming in with a nice first display there, and he's going to be going up 1-0 in this best of 5 finals. Let's have a little sip of our drink as well. Pink Horrors look so good in their previews. Oh yeah, Pink Horrors look very awesome. Yeah, that was a happy Squig boy. He was very happy. Grimgor the best. Grimgor the best, indeed. Yeah, I think he just went super cheap with the cultists. Just try and hold the enemy back and kind of use the other elements to... mainly his horrors to really win the day. And they did a lot of damage, but it wasn't quite enough, unfortunately. Lovely little snipe in the back, though, by Storm. He's got some really good Vanguard tactics. He likes to whip out the bag now and again. But Wicked D, he did a decent job as well, of course. Managed to come through with the victory. I think Grimgor managing to get to grips with the Everwatcher for such a long time was a really big moment and quite pivotal. Up to that point, it was relatively even. So probably going to be a load of cavalry from both sides, I think. We're going to see a lot of the knights, or the anti-large knights, most likely, you know, the Panther knights and so forth. And with the Wood Elves, most likely a rush build back. Storm does like a good Wood Elf rush. He tends to not kite them too much. Sounds good. Awesome. Let these guys sort out their builds. And while we're doing that, let's once again get up the screen blocker just so I can show off everything to you guys. Let's see. So I was just looking at a few questions in Discord, but they can wait. Let's pop that up. And let's hop into the game. So, for the Empire, not only can you get the new Lord, the Grand Master, which we've seen already today, he can come in multiple different forms as well, depending on which knightly faction you want him to be with. But apart from that, you can also get the Wolfkin, which are very cool. Eldred's Guards, so there's some special spearmen. You can get Sigmarite Disciples. Oh my god, they're like mini warrior priests. Oh, they look cool. They sound very cool as well. You get the Imperial Foot, which are Foot Reichsguard units. The Tettel, oh god, I'm not going to say that, but the Great Hammer Guard, there we go. And the Altdorf's Company of Honor, which is pretty badass. For range, you get Norland's Marinas. Oh, these are campaign units. You get Nuln's Ironsiders. Oh, they sound so cool. Long rifles. You can also get the Bordermen, which is some handgunner grenade launchers. That sounds interesting. The White Wolves, of course, we already know about. And then the Knights, you can get so many Knights. You get Knights of the Panther, Knights of the White Wolf, who are the best, obviously, and by far the most awesome. Oh, I've got a bug there. I need to flick away from my microphone. Knights of the Everlasting Light, Knights of the Moor, the Stubborn Bulls, Knights of Blazing Sun, or Reichsguard. There's just so many different knight options. You can get the Noble Sons of Abroad as well. Special stuff down here. I think you've seen a lot of this from campaign in the base game. You can also get some Army of Sigma. So very cool stuff. And for the Wood Elves, there's also a Bucket Tum. Although it hasn't gone for a sub-faction. No! The sub-faction gives you access to extra tree units. Just a heads up. Some sub-factions get special units. For example, Durfu gets tree great boat. Boom. Just a heads up. So we don't get to see them today, which is a little bit sad. But let's have a little look through the Wood Elves and what they can bring. So you've got all the standard lords, which is cool. You can get Shadow Dancers. Shadow Dancers are awesome. They're so cool. Shadow Dancers were very, very awesome. They can make a duplicate themselves, which dishes out damage. And they have this like whirling weeping blades type thing that they're very, very fast across the ground. So I like them quite a bit. Apart from that, infantry and heroes is the same. We do get the Ashen Hawks, which is a legendary range unit, which is a ballistic expert. They're anti-large and they're unbreakable. There's 45 of them in a unit. They have Gifts of the Forest and Bolstered Marksmanship. Pretty cool. Awesome. They have Snipe. Just to see how those guys perform. Cavalry-wise, it looks like the same. Monsters, it's the same. And then, yeah, you just get the Wildwood Wardens and the Eternal Wardens. So Eternal Wardens are anti-infantry melee experts with a special aura. And Wildwood Wardens are, I think, actually maybe in base game? As a campaign unit, maybe? Maybe I'm tripping there, I don't know. But they look like they get a flash bomb. Like a smoke bomb, and they're Forest Stalkers, Master Ambushes, and all that good stuff. Durfu has more special units, I think, for his faction. He comes in with basically Ushopti, like great bows, but they're mini treemen, which is hilarious. He gets some elite mini treemen bodyguards for him as well. There's a load you can do. There's a load. Quack, indeed. Good evening. Are you going to repeat this tournament after the final update of SFO? This is the final update of SFO, I believe. Right? I think this is the one. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, then yeah, of course we can do another one. It's if people enjoy it. Like, I'm happy to do modded content. I find it quite, cool and new and refreshing. But it depends if, people want to see it. And if you guys do want to see it more, make sure to like the video. Make sure to let me know you want to see more of this stuff. Vote in the poll. You can comment underneath this video. All those type of things. Basically, if the video is popular, it means I know people want to see this content more. And I'll do it more. The bomb. Yeah, they are indeed the bomb, Ryan. You are 100% correct there, bud. Oh, looks like... Who's ready? So it looks like Wicked's ready. I can check out his builds and I got a screen blocker up. I don't know why I wasn't doing that. Looks like Storm hasn't built anything yet. Interesting. He might... Oh, just scrapped something. Oh, be right back. Okay, he's on his way back. He might be grabbing a drink. But Wicked D's build looks pretty damn tasty. We got some standard stuff and some interesting stuff in the mix as well. Looks like Storm's not yet returned to the battlefield. Oh, Vlad is getting an update. Okay, cool. Yeah, sure. We can do check out the changes. They might mainly be campaign changes though. I think this is majority a campaign mod. We're just using it for multiplayer. There's also some other mods which add in other factions to the game. Get your Chaos Dwarfs and all that kind of stuff, which is really cool. But for this first one, I've done those videos before, like ages ago. I thought, hey, we'd go for a simple one. Just go for this mod, and maybe we'll do some more ones next time. Now, if anyone in chat knows, there's this really cool faction of dwarfs who live over in, like, the Chaos Wastes on the Warhammer 1 map. They had a mod so you could play their campaign. Does that mod work on Total War Warhammer 2? Because if so, I will do that. I will stream, like, a live campaign of me playing that. Maybe I'll stream on Twitch, though, and then do highlights on YouTube. But I think that could be really good fun. Or I could just upload the whole video, I guess, onto YouTube. I don't know. I'll think about it. But I am going to start trying to do some more Twitch streams again recently, because I'm now an affiliate over there, which is cool. Which thank you to you guys who went over there and supported. But I haven't streamed there much recently, because all last week we were preparing for the Teach Me Total War event. And that took up basically all my time every day. And then Saturday and Sunday, I was obviously streaming that. And I haven't kind of come back yet. Crack Drac? Yes, Cap, tell us. Also, how you doing, champ? Hope you're all good today, bro. Hope you're all good in the hood. We need to get some more games in me. And Cap, tell us. I don't know if it's our playstyles or something, but we always have really awesome close games. They're always really good fun. But different playstyles at the same time. The Wicked D's ready. We're just waiting on Stormrunner. I think he's gone to go grab a drink, so he'll be back in 2 seconds. You always wondered how, like, the ancient Greeks and stuff would fare? Probably really badly, because they don't have access to magic. So they... Oh, although... If you use some, like, their god-type stuff, maybe you could give them some mages. But if you're talking about, like, just the factions and you put them in here, having no access to magic would be such a huge handicap. I don't think they would have much of a chance. You just won your first tournament. Tell us, my boy. Well done. Well done, man. What tournament was it? Well, like Total Warhammer tournament, or are you doing like Age of Empires or something? The scripted campaign? Yeah, probably the scripted campaign. But I don't know if that will allow me to do it on Mortal Empires on Game 2, or if you have to do that on Total War Warhammer 1. I probably won't do it if it's on Warhammer 1. Actually, maybe I will. Who knows? Who knows? I'll consider. Okay, Storm is back. I've seen his build. Pretty standard stuff so far. But I think he's got quite a lot of money left to spend, so we'll have to wait and see. Oh, nice little last couple of minute changes actually coming by Wicked D. We're going to see some very cool units. Very cool stuff. Let's have another little sip of our drink. Make sure my voice doesn't die. Yeah, I may do a stream tomorrow. It's looking unlikely. I'm going to try and go see Dune in cinema, or June. I don't know how you say it properly. Because, like, Dune, you know, whatever. I want to go kind of, go watch that. But I might do that midday, so it'll have to depend on what I've got going on in the evening. Hopefully I'll get another stream out to you guys. There'll be a video as always, so don't worry about it. Let's put that down. Both players are ready, and let's hop into the action. It was the silver gold rank tournament for Antisti. Awesome, man. Very well done. Very well done, bud. You are truly a champ to be reckoned with. How well do I think they'd do if they did have the laws of magic? Depends what we're talking about. Like, if they're getting their mythical units, like, can the Greeks get Medusas and stuff? If not, I still think it'd be a little bit of a struggle, but likewise, they'd get formations and stuff, like Phalanx formation. If you had that from the original games, it's, like, brokenly OP if you can protect it. So they'd stand a chance, I think. It'd be interesting. It'd certainly be interesting at Eldrin of the Mist. If someone's modded that in, it'd be pretty cool to explore it. But I think that mod might be quite hard to make. So, let's delve in here. We have the legendary. Actually, let's double check that my screen blocker is down. It is. Ooh, awesome. We have Wicked D. He's doing pretty good so far in this tournament. He is undefeated, and he has won the first game in this best of 5 finals. And he's coming with a load of Empire Knights. We have a load of Empire Knights and the Knights of the Panther as well. They seem to be the most popular Knights today so far on the stream. And they're lovely leopard print gear. And I just love the little golden statue on top of their heads. I think it looks very, very cool. So these guys are anti-large. They also have some special aura abilities, which we went over earlier. Pretty small banner, but it looks pretty awesome as well. It's been led into combat by their general today. So just a bucket ton of Empire Knights, a bucket ton of Empire Knights of the Panther, and I think that might be it. I mean, we got Pistoliers on this flank. So 4 Pistoliers, an insane amount of cavalry along the line. For the leader, we have Volkmar the Grim, and then we also have a Bright Wizard with Burning Head and Flaming Sword of Rim. The forces here of Stormrun on the back foot needs to get back into this game here with the Wood Elves. We have a load of Dryads. They are not going to have a fun time. He's going for that rush. There's nothing to rush. It is all cavalry today. We have double Blade Singers just behind. We have some great Stag Knights, which is really cool. And double Glade Riders on that far side. Leading the great Stag Knights is a Glade Lord here, so not a Glade Lady. He's blending in rather nicely. Oh, no, he's not. Oh my god. Look how pitiful he looks. Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad. It looks like he's on a pony. Coming in with the Helm of Discord, which is awesome. And I think a new special ability. Oh, no, he's got Banner of the Hunter Kings. That is so sad. Look at him. He's dwarfed in comparison. Oh, that's very upsetting. So, yeah, a load of Giants, a load of cavalry. In the backs, we do have some Deepwood Scouts with Swift Shiver Shards. Looks like a couple of units, but he's really expecting to bomb rush a gun line. There is no gun line here. We also have the Lost Silver Knights, who have devastating charge. This charge of this unit is outstanding and leaves none alive. That is badass. That is very badass. They have Banish, magical attacks. They have the Gifts of the Forest. They look pretty cool, so I'm very worried for this Wood Elf build, though, up against so much cavalry. We have Ariel down here on the ground. She's coming in with Tempest, just in case. Soul Stealer, Berry Wine, Apotheosis, and I don't know if she's going to have anything super special. Yeah, there's obviously Gifts of the Forest and, like, Protector of the Woods and stuff, but nothing too crazy. Gonna be a good fun one. Just looking at it, I think it's gonna be a little rough for the Empire. Oh, someone's pinging at everyone? Alright, give me 2 secs. Oh, okay. Well, they can't actually ping everyone, luckily. So, how do I ban you? Oh, they should have been blocked, hopefully. Are they pinging in like every single thing? Cool. They've been deleted and I think they've been blocked. Yeah, if any of the mods are in chat, so we have a few mods. Now, so let me try and pin the mods. Mods, can you deal with bot if it pops up? Cool, I've tagged the mods. I just want to get back to the game. But I have like deleted that first mention and blocked it. I'll double check afterwards that it's completely gone because I don't know if that's blocked it from all channels. Or if it's kicked him out of the Discord, yeah or not. But it looks like we made it back in time just for the battle. Empire Knights are going to be Lancers. Lancers load into the Dryades, looking to overrun them. And they're going to hurt. They're going to hurt pretty bad. Now, Empire Knights don't have the best damage output, though, so the Dryades should be able to tank relatively effectively. And now we have Ariel swooping in to dish out the pain. There's a load of Pistoliers, though, who can bring a lot of balance to the battlefield. And also reap some deadly toll on her. She only has 50 armor, so the lack of armor piercing really isn't going to matter too much. Blade Singers are trying to run forward into battle, but are they going to be able to catch anything? That's kind of their big problem here today. They could be lanced down before they actually get engaged. Now, we do have Glade Riders moving in as well, looking to meet their foe head-to-head. That's going to go very badly for the Glade Riders, although they actually catch the Panther Knights not too bad, and the Blade Singers have been in the mix. May be able to assist and help out, though we do have a Flaming Sword of Rune going down on the Knights of Moor. So we do have the Knights of Moor in here as well. They cause terror, which is fantastic, and they look pretty damn spooky. Elsewhere on the battlefield, the Swift Shiver Shards are unleashing hell upon the Empire Knights, but they are struggling a little bit to dish out the pain. And it looks like over in the main fight, though, the Great Stag Knights and their Micro Lord, the Glade Lord, have managed to jump some of the Empire troops here. And a Helmet Discord goes down means they're trading relatively effectively. And now the Lost Silver Knights are running down the Pistoliers. Quite a good unit to hunt them down. They're very swift, very fast, and of course their ethereal status means it's going to be basically impossible for the Pistoliers to get any damage dealt. But the Deepwood Scouts have been spotted now and have started to get overrun in the back. A lot of the Elvish infantry did manage to push through, but they don't have any targets to get onto, and that's their big problem today. Now, Empire Knights have been dragged down by the Great Stags. The Great Stags do have that devastating charge and can be very nasty. But elsewhere on the battlefield, the Empire Knights are doing a decent job, just ram-rolling down Dryads, and the Blade Singers are trying to carve out to the enemy. So Ariel is doing a little heart out here, trying her best. She's only up to 3 kills, however, though she has a load of powerful spells she can use in the later stages of the battle. Pistoliers have managed to escape by kiting all the way around the outside of the battlefield. Deepwood Scouts being shot down. There are still Dryads here, though Volkmar the Grim can deal with them. The other Pistoliers and Knights were forced back by a contingent of Blade Singers alongside the Lost Silver Knights in it. They have actually been able to save the Deepwood Scouts, which is really good news for them, and the Empire Knights are broken and running for their life. We have a nasty little Soulfire coming in, but the Dryads were already broken, so they kind of got out of view of it. Great Stag Knights are a problem. They're a problem in this mod. They are doing so much damage, and by problem, I don't mean it's a problem of the mod. I mean, they will reap deadly havoc on anything they touch, as it should be. Thunderous charge there into the rear of the Knights of the Blazing Sun. Should be able to get in a pretty decent amount of work here. We also have the Lost Silver Knights come crashing down here onto Volkmar the Grim, but the Flaming Sword of Rune goes down. I don't know if it gives magic damage in this mod. Does it give magic damage? I don't think it does. A lot of these guys have magic damage anyway. Yeah, I don't think it actually gives them magic damage, so the Lost Silver Knights are kind of falling back there when they don't actually need to be falling back. Yeah, it upgrades base missile and weapon damage, nukes, melee defense, and reload skill. But yeah, that is it. So lots of Knights can actually turn and engage with this. They just need to be very careful of Volkmar the Grim. He's the main threat to them today. Ban's power is slowly starting to move in the Elvish favor. We can see some Empire Knights trying to finish off these Blade Singers. But the Blade Singers, my god, up to 33 kills, are doing a really decent job here of carving their way through the Knights. And you can see far more dead cavalry units on the field than you can see dead Elves. Pistoliers going to be moving up and around. We do get a burning head going down through the line on the Great Stag Knights, as well as, oh no, not quite the Lost Silver Knights. It did massive damage, and the Great Stags had done a good job today. 61 kills. They've been fighting up against quite a few elite knights today, but unfortunately for them, looks like their story may be told. However, the Lost Silver Knights get in here and bring in the pain. The main problem for them, of course, is to be Volkmar the Grim, who actually has 2 bonuses. He does magic attacks. He also has flaming attacks, which is pretty damn cool. The Glade Lord is going to be charging him down, and with Helmet Discord can certainly nuke him relatively quickly, and all of the Knights of the Empire are starting to break right now. Ariel is very healthy. The Pistoliers going to be trying to see to that, though, and unleashing shot after shot into her face, trying to drag her down. Now, Bladesingers and Dryads are starting to come back into this main portion of the battlefield. This looks like where all the fighting realistically is happening now. Pistolers are trying their best. They're doing decent damage to Ariel, but it is going to be Volkmar versus the world, and he may just win it with a big fat banishment coming down on the Lost Silver Knights. They're too slow to get out of there, and look at that damage. Oh, the pain. The pain. They need to get held up by a berry wine or something, I would think. Just try to get these guys near the healing cap as much as possible, because they're going to be very important to winning this game in the later stages. Volkmar can be dealt with by the Glade Lord, and it looks like the Bright Wizard is being hunted down. Pistolers also forced back into the darkness from whence they came. Are there much troops left on the battlefield for either force? If we have an overarching view, it looks like we have Dryads coming back, some Empire Knights as well, who have rallied, and some more Knights in the distance. They are the Knights of the Panther, looking to come back and avenge their dishonor of falling back. So Dryads are chasing away Pistolers, who are wasting some shots into them, but it's honestly no biggie. The Bright Wizard is just about going to rally on the edge of the battlefield and maybe be able to escape once more. The Glade Lord's going after Volkmar the Grim. Now, the Faith Bastion has been popped, giving him 22% damage resistance, and the Grand Hammer of Sigma. Demon Scouts might want to just turn and start to engage, though again, using up your ammunition on the Pistolers might not be a bad shout. Now, the Glade Lord will most likely be relatively decent in this fight. He's a bit squishy, but Volkmar's stats aren't great. However, with Grand Hammer of Sigma, he's up to 70 melee attack, which is pretty scary stuff, and the Glade Lord's not going to be able to finish off this fight, and that's very problematic, because now Volkmar simply can regenerate. The Glade Lord, though, is going to be receiving an apotheosis. He needs to make sure he is fighting with the rest of his troops, with the Bladesingers, with the Stags, when he goes up against Volkmar, and it won't be too much of a problem. Knights Panther trying to rally. Volkmar is just spewing forth a load of speeches about Sigma to try and keep these guys in the action. However, it is being deafened right now by their screams, as the Deepwood Scouts do some nice damage to him, and that poor Bright Wizard has been constantly hunted and hounded by the Glade Lord, who is going to find himself in a bit of a pickle, though. The Knights of the Panther do charge in. He charges back and actually does manage to break the Bright Wizard. Helmet Discord goes down, and we have the Bladesingers in here. Knights of the Panther did choose the wrong target with the Bladesingers. Maybe able to slice and dice their way through, and the cavalry's already starting to break, and they could be fended off and chased off by the Glade Lady there, or Glade Lord, I should say. They're used to seeing it as the Glade Lady, and it looks like they are going to be breaking. Army losses kicks in, and it is Volkmar versus the world, and it looks like this best of 5 final might be going all the way. It's going to be 1-1 after game 1. Volkmar is simply too low, and he is going to be backing down. Yes, yes. That was awesome. That was awesome. Well played to Wicked D as well as Stormrunner there. 166 kills on Volkmar, over 3,000 damage value, but it did not matter in the end. Empire Knights all struggled. I mean, 695 value, 700, 100, 270 is good, but it's not fantastic and outstanding as much as you'd expect it to be up against a predominantly infantry force. As for the Knights of More, 1.2k damage value, they did quite nice. The Knights of the Panther struggled though. 295 and 954 damage value is not insane. 1,000 on Knights of Blazing Sun and 677. Pistolers did okay, mid-hundreds for them. A lot of them in the 400 range, the 800 range. Doing some decent damage to Ariel in the later stages of the battle. As for the Glade Lord, 1,900 damage value. Love to see him getting picked here rather than the standard Glade Lady pick. Very, very cool stuff. Now, Ariel got 1,000 damage value herself, was decently tanky. Dryads got butchered, just low hundreds for them. Bladesingers, 1,000 damage value and 1,200. Been very impressed with them as a unit so far in the showcases we've done in this tournament. The lovely Deepwood Scouts got 900 damage value and 177. This unit being forced off, the others survive into the later stages of the battle. And the Glade Riders, 740 and 500 damage value. Really not too shabby up against so much heavily armored cavalry. Very impressed there. 1,500 on the Great Stack Knights and a flat 2,000 damage value on the Lost Silver Knights with 121 kills. GG, well played. Let's switch the map up now and go. Let me stroke my duck-themed beard. I don't know how I can have a duck-themed beard, but I'm going to stick with what I said. I'm not changing. And let's go Prague. GG. And let's change the scoreboard. This is now 1-0. Which is good. It means we get more games. And it is 1-0 between these two. We've seen Wood Elves overcome Empire a couple of times now, which is nice. Yeah, they're all modded units, but you know what I mean. I mean like the special units. And let's quickly check to see if that bot got dealt with. Okay, yeah, it seems to be gone on all my stuff. Awesome. Just checking all my channels. Making sure it's gone. Go. Thank you. I did tag the mods as well, just say if the bot came back. Who banned him? Time to get bot basher. Yeah, I don't know kind of who exactly is all the mods. I mean, all the DBD guys have powers to delete messages and stuff, and no one ever has the power now to do at hero at everyone unless it's a DBD member in my Discord. Yeah, Blackthorn just popped a picture of the pink horror on my screen, and it is shockingly horrifying to look at. It is shockingly horrifying. So I believe the guy is gone. Let me just double check that he's banned from the channel. No, he's still here. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of you. I mean, I've muted him, so he should be able to speak. Let me drop that. He is blocked. Let's check his profile. Oh, it is blocked. It is blocked. Yeah, he's not on our mutual server anymore. Cool. Nice. Well, we got rid of him. The bot was slain. Let this be a message to all bots. Dare enter our domain. Cool. I'm just gonna send a little message in my Discord to let them know, don't mess with us. We will hunt you down. It's probably some poor guy who's had his account hacked and just starts modding. Luckily that here and that everyone doesn't work. Awesome. Captellus, I will upgrade you to a mod as well. I've just seen your message. I already thought you were a mod for some reason, but I guess you're not. So let's add a role. There we go. Cool. Captellus is a mod. You have been promoted. Cool. We got like 3 or 4 mods now. But anyway, back to the battle, guys. Let's see what we got. Filthy woodland scum. The Knights of Knee say it is but a flesh wound. It is true. It is true. Lizards, ban Coast, and Tomb Kings. We are going to get to see some Lizardmen in action. They have some very cool special units that hopefully we can get. Yeah, the unlucky bot. We got there with the hammer. Oh, undead. Cool. So let's get up the blocker again. Just so you guys can see the special units. And we don't know if they're going to be picked or not, but hey. Ooh, get him up. So, vampire counts. All their lords obviously have been changed and stuff. But I don't believe they have any new ones. Doesn't look like they have any new heroes. We do have the Blood Dragon Warriors. They cost 2k. They're anti-infantry, they have area attacks, they're a support unit, and they have regeneration. Pretty decent stats across the board. I know you guys can't see them at the moment, but trust me when I say they're pretty scary. They have enfeeble attacks as well, which is a hex that lowers 10% base weapon damage, 10% armor piercing, and -5 melee attacks, which is very, very nice. Any other special units here? Does not look like it. We do have the Black Grail Knights, which is a legendary unit, so you can only have one of them, and they're Grail Knight for the undead, which is very cool. Anything else that's new? We do have a zombie dragon as a base unit, which is very nice. And that's about it, so not too much change, at least as far as new units, but obviously a lot of their stats have been changed, and I think they're going to be the last update, so they're probably getting a load of new stuff. As for the Dino Boys, nothing too crazy. Again, I've looked through a lot of the Lizardmen stuff, and almost all the units have had changes. We're just looking for brand new units right now. We have blessed units, which is to be you kind of guessed that probably, because campaign stuff is allowed. We do have the Honor Guard of Hexiotl, though, which are a legendary unit of Temple Guard consisting on ultra unit size of just 12 models. They have perfect vigor, They attack areas. They're Temple Guard with regeneration and 70 armor, which is, you know, pretty impressive. They come in with... Hey, is it change all of a sudden? I think maybe I was looking at the wrong unit. No, I was looking at them and it hopped over to a different unit. So, legendary unit, they're Juggernauts, air attack, special aura. They also give the Sky Warden, which is 50% missile resistance to any nearby Lord, which is very good. I believe all Lizardmen have Spawn and Vigor, so the longer the battle goes on, the more Vigor they gain, which is quite cool. They also have the Incantation of Hexiotl, buffing up a Lord by giving them extra 20% base weapon damage, extra melee attack, extra speed, extra armor piercing, extra leadership. Basically, they are the ultimate bodyguard unit. We do have, as well, the Raiders. These guys are actually a Dogs of War unit, which is pretty cool. They're anti-large skinks riding to battle on horned ones, which is very cool. And apart from that, do we have anything else special? Anything else super special? Doesn't look like it, unfortunately. Maybe on some of the sub-faction picks. I don't know. Maybe some of the sub-faction ones. Woot woot. Woot woot indeed. Nothing too crazy whilst talking about the crazy faction. Yeah, true. Maybe I'm underestimating it a little bit. We'll see how it goes. Gotta go, thanks for the stream and GG. It's been nice and fun to watch. No worries, Black Fawn Man. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you had a good time, bro. Yeah, it's gonna be the vampire counts. These guys both still making their builds. Blackwood D's a little further along the way. He's got some pretty wild stuff. Pretty wild stuff for sure. I really hope we get to see the Black Grail Knights. They're kind of what I want to look for. And for the Lizardmen, I want to see those Elite Temple Guard. The Honor Guard. You wish Lizardmen had Drake Men? Which are dragon-blooded Lizardmen who can fly and have breath attacks? Is that lore-friendly? The Axe and Barb is just now one giant Razor Gore? Please say that's true. Please say that's true. It is! Oh my god, the Maxim Barb is a single model. It has lethal poison, it's resilient. Oh, I'm just gonna message Storm quickly. Just a heads up. The Maxim Barb unit is now one giant guy. I love it. I hope he brings that. I don't know if that'll encourage him a little bit to be like, hey man, you should bring this. Yeah, like, the Lizardmen have like a real Lovecraftian feel to them quite a bit, I find. I think in the Game of Thrones books, there's like rumors of like lizard people and stuff, but I doubt we'd ever get to see them, unfortunately. Oh, definitely not on the show, obviously, but the show went very, 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 very different than the book endings, apparently, according to George R. R. Martin. So, that's going to be kind of cool to read and catch up. So, we'll have to see what these guys bring, though. But they both bring a lot of fun stuff. We're going to see some new units, and of course, everything here is modded and changed, so it's going to be a joyful surprise, I'm sure, one way or another. One way or another. These are the last games, guys. Well, we've got a few left just yet, but this is the final series. It is a best of 5, and it is currently 1-1 between these two champs. We at least have 2 more games, maybe possibly kind of, you know, moving on to that as well and getting a couple more in there. Couple more in there. So we've had 144 votes on the poll. Oof. I'm looking forward. Just before the final game, we'll end the poll and see if people enjoyed the stream or not, or want to see more of the stream in the future. The spellcasting buffs and campaign can get out of hand. Oh, I'm sure they can. I'm sure they can get out of hand. I mean, I'm sure a lot of this stuff can, but that's kind of the point of these mods as well. They kind of go, like, large and crazy, right? That's what we want to see. We want to see all the crazy stuff. There should be an even bigger Dreadsaurian. There is a hidden Dreadsaurian in the Lizardman campaign, by the way. Oh, in the Dwarf campaign. In Thoric Ironbrows. I did do a video on it ages ago. It was really cool. I think it was called the Big One. It's an unbreakable Dreadsaurian with a ridiculous amount of HP. It is certainly a work of beauty. Yeah, this vampire count build from Wicked D has a unit I'm very much excited to kind of check out and see how it performs. And for Storm as well, he's got some wild stuff. So let's quickly get rid of that screen blocker. There you go. And then let's load into the game. And you can see we are going to be seeing those glorious knights. The kind of undead Grail knights. I think they're going to be super tanky. We'll have to check. Yeah, Eldrin, like lizard people are around in like a few different fantasy stories and stuff. You're correct. Oh, there should be a new one, you meant, Bob? Oh, okay. It might just be for sub-factions. Oh, imagine if it was Nakai's. That'd be the best. That would be the best. And let's hop into this, and boop, here we are. So, just gonna triple check, because I'm super paranoid. Yeah, there is no screen blocker up, which is good. Let's dive into this vampire count build. So, as standard with all vampire count builds, there is a bucket ton of undead troops in the form of zombies. So there's rotten zombies in the front. Not going to do too much. They do have 22k HP though, so they'll be able to hold the line for a very, very long time. Mixed in with them, we do have a load of Graveguard of Grey Weapons as well in the central pocket. We do have the Sylvian handgunners, double handgunners there from the campaign, which is always nice to see. We do have some chill guys as well, running around Hex Wraiths. We have a Vargulf and 2 corpse carts, one of which is a Necromancer with Raised Dead, and one of which is Helmand Gorst, who's just super stoked to be here. Sounding like that guy from the Goonies. He's coming in with the Liber Noctis. He has Gaze in the Gash, Invocation of the Heck, and Awaken the Graveguard. I just cannot get over those screaming. He has Binding Winds of Blood, which sounds cool. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. They're just really pumped up to be here, I guess. But more importantly, so yeah, loads of zombies, load Graveguard, little kind of hero blob over here with the characters and the handgunners. We also have triple crypt or double crypt horrors, but more importantly, the unit we all want to check out, and the reason I know you guys want to see it, it is going to be the Black Grail Knights, looking horrifyingly evil right now, which is I love. And these guys come in with 117 armor, silver shields, regeneration, perfect vigor, air attacks. They also have the Curse of the Black Grail, which is what gives them that regeneration, and 25% physical resistance on top of all that. They're the ultimate tanks. Their damage output's not crazy, but it does look like it's pretty solid. We have some Blessed Pterodon Fire Bowlers up in the skies on both flanks for the Lizmen, of course, Storm bringing his classic Vanguard approach, and some Chameleon Skinkies as well on either side. In the main fight, we do indeed have the Red Crested Skinks and Saurus Warrior core here, and right in the center, we have the most beautiful Amaxan Barb you have ever seen. Look at this model. It is a work of art. Coming in here is the Amaxan Barb. It does indeed apply lethal poison, which is a big debuff, which is quite nice, and damage. Bolstered armor, it has extra 5 armor and physical resistance. It looks very, very cool. We do have the Honor Guard of Hexorthal, who come in with some extra little fancy armaments to the battlefield. These are the Honor Guard. I kind of went over them before, but basically they're the ultimate bodyguards, and they do buff nearby lords heavily. We have Lord Mazdamundi coming in with the Runation of Cities, as well as the Bolt of the Old Ones, which is a fire magic missile projectile. We'll just see how that goes. He's bringing Arcane Conduit, of course, his banishment and all that standard stuff, Apotheosis, and that of Amantalk, with Ancient Mind, which, when popped, it lasts for 30 seconds, and it stops all rampage and is a map-wide unbreakable. That is crazy powerful. Greater Arcane Conduit, Calm Presence, so he stops rampage near him. Power of the Old Ones improves his power recharge rate. We also have Wall Breaker, though I don't think that's going to be super useful here. We have a Saurus Scarvitron down on the ground, as well as the Clotton Hunters up in the skies. Looks like they are being buffed as well by something new, which is a Takeoff. Awesome. Awesome. Cool. Excited to see how this does work. I really want this Amaxan Barb to do some massive damage. It's got a few good targets, of course, the Vargulfs, the Crypt Horrors, or indeed the Black Grail Knights. I think targeting either of those down could be relatively effective. You going to enjoy this? Oh, for sure. I'm going to enjoy this one a lot. Oh my god, the War Wagons. It can obliterate them as well. Yeah, that's going to have to be a busy Amaxan Barb. How much ammo does this thing have? 24. It's got decent ammo. Missile strength 2,191. Yeah, it's going to hopefully pack a decent punch. There's plenty of kiting potential, though the rather tanky Black Grail Knights will be decent at absorbing a lot of damage from blowpipes and other such stuff. And we have the double handgunners this time. And the handgunners going to be a big problem for Lord Mazdamundi. He's definitely going to want to shut them down as quickly as possible with these blessed fire-lich bowlers in the sky. You can see they currently have the blessed spawning on them, which gives them stalk and increases their base weapon damage and armor piercing. It does have a rather long cooldown, so it's kind of like a one-use thing you're going to use during the battle. But it's giving them stalk, which is rather nice. We do have the Chillgeist down here, hidden in the trees, and it doesn't look like the Lizardmen have noticed them yet. These guys have some extra melee attacks, special stuff. They have bleed, so that just does additional damage. That's kind of cool. The Lizardmen are going to start to come in for the surround. The, of course, the Vampire can actually take a relatively defensive posture due to the fact they have these handguns this time, which is going to be cool to see. You can kind of play them a little bit more like Empire. Now, the Chameleon Skinks have noticed the Chillgeist down here. Unfortunately, that's not really good news for them. They are going to be falling back and poisoning them down. Can they get some support quick enough? Maybe if Mazdamundi can move in range and they can fall back in this direction, we might get a net of Amantok down, and then you can ruination them or banish them and really kind of drag them through the dirt. But they are currently struggling to catch up. Their speed has been neutered down to 68. There's only 50 speed on the Chameleons, so they should be able to catch them eventually. Looks like that unit of Chameleon Skinks has kind of been abandoned, but the Colossal Hunters will be moving out to that flank. Likewise, at the Amax and Barbs, and I would like to see Mazdamundi, just because of the net of Amantok going down and banishments, could work wonders here on the Chillgeists. Unfortunately, for the Chameleon Skinks, they have been caught. They're probably going to get dealt with before the assistants can emerge. The fact that Colossal Hunters are getting dragged away from the main fight and the Hex Wraiths are simply going to fall back means that they can't, unfortunately, unleash hell on the main front line. Big shots do come in. Looks like it's going to claim a couple of models with that shot from the Amax and Barb. Yeah, up to 2 kills. Not bad, considering these guys, of course, do have that ethereal state. But it looks like Colossal Hunters are going to commit to the fight, and the Chillgeists might go down here. They're just getting swarmed by so much damage. They may unfortunately get overrun. Pterodons in the skies, of course, are being super sneaky. They're going to want to bomb rush the handgunners as quickly as possible. These bad boys are starting to unleash shots onto Lord Mazdamundi, so they need to get moving as swiftly as possible. The blessed Pterodon Riders, they need to shut down the Sylvan handgunners. There's not too much protecting them realistically. Reckless Skinks are engaging in the front line, likewise are the Saurus Warriors. The Honor God have kind of got a little far away, unfortunately, from Mazdamundi. They still will be buffing up the Saurus Scar Veteran, though, who needs to get in there and try and deal with that pesky Vargulf. Chameleons, as well as the Fire-Lich Bowlers, are raining a lot of shots down on the Sylvan handgunners, doing some lovely damage there. We're going to be getting a big net come down in the middle. Oh no! This is going to be disgusting! We have all the zombies, we have the Grave Guard in here with the Crypt Horrors, and we're going to have a Banishment. The Honor Guard are fighting strong. They've able to dish out some pretty decent damage to the Vargulf, who's currently being shot as well by the Max and Barb. Looks like it might want to close the distance a bit more. It has kind of a shotgun effect, so it's going to be useful at medium range there. But lovely damage coming down onto the Grave Guard and the zombies. And it looks like the Saurus War is just about holding firm, at least at the moment. In the back lines, you can see the handgunners are being forced back, but now some nice focus pressure is coming down on the Blessed Pterodons by both units of handgunners trying to fend them off. And the Black Knights are kind of unsure where to go at the moment, it would seem. We're about to see a nasty Ruination come down. It looks like Ruination is now aimed, which is really cool. Oh my god. Oh my god, look how far it goes. Ruination is aimed? That's crazy powerful. Lord Mazdamundi up to 411 kills, and he's not even stepped foot in melee. That is absurd. He was able to aim it down the line, killing so many infantry. There's still a lot left, but the handgunners are starting to be shut down now. Black Grail Knights are still doing relatively strong. A little bit of lag here. Hopefully it will stabilize for you guys. The Colossal Hunters are coming back to the main fight, and Lord Mazdamundi, though, is taking a bit of a pounding in melee combat. He does have the Saurus Scar Veteran for support, as well as the Colossal Hunters, and I think the Lizardmen are in a fantastic position in this battle. You can see the Chillgeists are also being forced back here, unfortunately, and the handgunners are being feasted upon. The Black Grail Knights trying to come back to support them, it would seem. But, yeah, there's not too much they can do back here. The Air Corps is easily going to be able to beat them back. Looks like these guys were just saying GG, have fun. The Amax and Bob is only up to 10 kills. It's done some decent long-range pressure, though. It's trying to focus down the Vargulf. I think it needs to be a little bit closer, because look at these shots. They kind of spread, so a lot of them are unfortunately missing. Now, the Honor Guard of Hexotl are fighting alongside Lord Mazdamundi now, which is good news for them. We're also going to see a Invocation Head go down, but big misplay here as well, not knowing about this. It gives them magic resistance, but it does lower their melee attack by 25, which is really nasty. However, the Saurus Scar Veteran has been broken here, and those knights may indeed be able to carry. Amax and Barb is really struggling now. Lord Mazdamundi is going to be falling back. Now, the Chameleon Skinks are still alive, which is good to know. The Air Corps has managed to kill off all the handgunners, so they definitely want to come back to the main fight in a second. Nice shots coming by the Chameleon Skinks into the rear of the Graveguard, and we still have a Ruination of Cities left and a Banishment. That is if you get to Ruinations. I don't know if that is going to be the case here. Hostile Hunters are falling back, and you can see the Vargulf has overextended a little bit in its hot pursuit of the Amaxan Barb, and it looks like it is going to get jumped, though Wicked D is trying to move away back towards friendly territory. Lord Mazda may pin this guy in place, and it looks like we are actually going to be getting a net go down, and now he's going to get sandwiched. A big Gaze in the Gash does whack the rump there of Zlak. Not going to be enjoying that one too much, but he's going to be enjoying feasting upon the Vargulf's skull. The Amaxan Barbs continue to shoot in on the Black Gorel Knights, who are still very tanky in the later stages of the game here, and basically full health. And it looks like the Vargulf may be able to stabilize. He's got a lot of friends nearby. Crypt Horrors, Black Knights, everything has managed to jump in. Lord Mazda may want to pull out of this engagement now, as it's looking a little bit sketchy for him. Balance Power is dead even. Very closely contested game. Interesting to know if he has another Ruination of Cities. If he does, now would be the hour, now would be the time. Tevdon Riders are raining shots down into the rear here, getting some really lovely damage done. Colossal Hunters are having to fall back. They did have Takeoff Pop there, which gives a little explosion and a little way out for them. Surely the Old Ones does go down. It gives 20% magic resistance as well. No, 20% damage resistance and 100%. Was that 100%? What was that? Surely the Odd Ones. Can't actually seem to get it right now, but it looks like Mazda has been dealt with right now, which is really bad for the Lizardmen. They need to keep him alive where possible. There's a good chance he could be chased off the battlefield. Vargulf is getting very, very low, and it looks like the Colossal Hunters will be moving over here in an attempt to pin whatever chases Mazda down and allow him to escape, because he still has 6,500 HP. Colossal Hunters will be surrounding that Vargulf and dragging it down, you would assume. Amaxan Barb has been caught here by some zombies. They won't do too much damage, however. We still have okay ammunition left on the Chameleon Skinks, who will rain shots in from all sides. Terran Riders as well, doing some nice long-range damage. It does look like Lord Mazda has come back, and the Vargulf goes down. But the Black Knights are really scary. They're a very expensive unit, and I expect them to do good in the later stages of the battle. Hostile Hunters are standing to fight, at least for now, because they're up against just large troops. Then Invocation Heck does go down. It does also nuke their melee attack, which is quite problematic. And we are going to get a banishment. I think this is a little bit early, personally, from Lord Mazda, because it'll kill and win this fight, but there's a load of Graveguard left. Oh no, mainly zombies. We have some Graveguard left. I think we better use on the infantry there, and it looks like it doesn't even matter. The Colossal Hunters will lose that fight, despite having that banishment come down. Although the banishment doesn't unfortunately continue over to the Graveguard. Lord Mazda is once again going to have to retreat as swiftly as possible. Chameleon Skinks do have the Ancient Mind currently popped to everything on the battlefield for the Lizardmen is unbreakable, which is nice. But can Mazda escape? I don't think he can, and that's very, very problematic. The Amaxan Barb's going to come over and start raining some shots in from the rear, but Mazda is getting pinned in place. The Black Ground Knights have been really clutch in the later stages of the game. Now, Mazda is up to 416 kills, but the majority of that came from that one Ruination, up to 3.4k damage value. Ruination, does it say? It is 2-time use, so we still have one left, but the cooldown might be very, very long, and that's why we haven't seen a second one. And it looks like Lord Mazda is going to be running away for his life once more. Maxim Barb is shooting in, trying to bring the pain to this last little blob of undeadly troops. The majority of the vampire count forces are going to die, but despite that, balance power is very heavy in their favor, because they still have a lot of elite stuff left, whereas the Lizardmen, they're running out of ammunition. Even the Maxim Barb is up to 92 kills, is really low right now. Should be able to finish off those Crypt Horrors before he runs out of ammo. But Lord Mazdamundi, very little chance of him being rescued here. Very little chance. The Black Ground Knights are just such a strong pinning tool. 2,100 damage value. They got that regen. They're going strong into the late stages of the game. And all the Lizardmen have left is ranged troops who are running out of ammunition. Now, we do have a Saurus Scar veteran who may be able to come back. It looks like Helman Gorse is the attempt here, or the recipient of an attempted assassination from the Amaxan Barb, but it is just about out of ammunition. Lord Mazdamundi may rally here. Negative 27 leadership, but he has been able to escape the Black Knights, who have decided instead to jump in on top of the Amaxan Barb. Pterodon's going to swoop down, trying to support where possible, but they do not care. They are so disgustingly tanky. I don't know if it's going to matter. They might want to pull out here and try to snipe the Gorsemeister once more. It does look like the Saurus Scarvichan doesn't want any of it. Armilosis kicks in, and that is going to be a second victory for Wicked D, meaning he's going to be going up to 2-1 in this best of 5 series. Can Storm scrap it back? Only time will tell. My god, that was a roller coaster of emotions. Wicked D performed amazing. The Black Ground Knights were insane. 2,700 damage value, so good in the later stages of the game. Vargulf got 1.8k, and even the Crypt Ghouls, or Crypt Horrors here, did decent. 900 value and 1.9. Fortunately for the handguns, they got shut down. They got some okay value, 290 and 920. Gravegold got dumpstered. That Ruination of Cities, that's what I want to see from Ruination. He is literally casting a spell so powerful it can ruin a city and crumble it into dust with the flick of a wrist. So I want to see that beautiful damage, and my god, was it amazing. 1.9k on Helm and Ghost, and of course zombies just being zombies. Lord Mazdamundi, 417 kills, was only able to get off one Ruination sadly. 3.4k damage value, 74k damage dealt, I love it. 600 value on the Sora Scarvich, and little Skinkies, big kills across the board, but are not too much damage value. 1.6 on the Honor Guard of Hexotl there, doing a decent job in the middle, but unfortunately just being swarmed too much. 1.1k and 300k from the Chameleon Skinks, 99 and 119 kills is good. 1.6 on the Colosson Hunters, and the Blessed Pterodons got 1.8 and 1.4, 149 and 176 kills is very, very, very nice. I love the maximum bar. 106 kills, 3,455 damage value. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Up next, let's go for... Is it the Ashen Hall? Let's go the Ashen Hall. GG. Chill Guys somehow seemed worse. Blessed spawning breaks rock drops. Oh, okay. So you can't use rock drops. And it has a 10,000 second cooldown on it. Oh no. Okay, so you have to kind of choose to be invisible. You killed almost the homie. That Ruination was a work of art. That Ruination was insane. Let's update the scoreboard quickly. That is going to be another victory there for Wicked. So let's pop that over. 2-2-1. Now we need Stormrunner to win this one, or Wicked D will win this tournament. If not, it can go all the way to best of 5. Oh, that was pretty nutty for sure. That was kind of crazy. A Poison Dart Frog would be hilarious. We do see a lack of frog units, which kind of sucks. We got obviously the Slann, but that's about it. What about the Slann who are born without magical powers? They need a place in this world too. The Muggle Slann. So, Wicked D is going to be going Skaven, banning Beastmen, as well as Chaos. Pretty good bans there on Chaos. Although we did see Skaven beat Beastmen earlier, so I'm not too sure why he banned them. But hey, he's coming in with his favourite faction, the Skaven, to try to see out this tournament. Duck, do a CTT tournament sometime. What is CTT? What is this magical thing you tell me of, Caligar? Is it one of the mods? But it does sound fun. I mean, I've done battles with, like, you know, where they added all the other factions. So, like, Chaos Dwarfs are a faction, Kislev a faction, all that kind of stuff. The Southern Realms are factions. But we only did games, so we didn't do the mods, because obviously it requires people to download so much. But on this, it's like, hey, just get this one mod and it's fine. Oh, he means banning Beastmen and Tomb Kings, not Greenskin. Awesome. And Stormrunner's going to be going Dark Elves. Love to see it. So, considering this could be the last game, I'm going to end the poll, and we'll start a new one. And the poll got, over the course of the stream, or like not quite the stream yet, 60% said they would like to see more modded content into the future, 21% said they didn't mind, 12% said no, and who are you? And what am I watching is 5%. 158 votes though, so thank you guys for voting that. It really does actually generally help out quite a bit. And it looks like for the most part, people wouldn't mind seeing more modded content, which is pretty cool. So combine yes and don't mind does come up to a pretty impressive 81%, which that can't work. How's that? Am I being like 21? Oh no, okay, no, it's fine. Yeah, Carl's just been an idiot. Cool. So most people wouldn't mind. But let's see, because I know this is a multiplayer channel for the most part, so would you like to see a modded campaign? And the answers will be yes, no, or only the highlights. there's only the highlights, I'd stream it on Twitch and then upload the highlights to YouTube. Let's ask that. Cool. And let's get the Flora screen blocker up so I can peek on their builds, and at the same time we can check out all the cool new units and stuff. So, boop. Let's pull up the little Skaven Dirk. It was made by Nathan. I think Nathan was the one who made that, actually, which is pretty cool. So, let's go through the Skaven first. We have seen Skaven today already, so we already know that a lot of their troops are unbreakable. Anything that has, like, Pestilence. We do have Scar Bloodtail, who's an armor-piercing melee anti-large juggernaut, apparently. It'd be kind of cool to see him in action. He also comes in with Cavalry Bane, which is negative 75% acceleration and 25% charge bonus, which is cool. And he's got a cool little whip. Ah. Love to see him in action. As for special units, walk around. Some of these pictures are really cool. We do have the Red Guard, which I'm assuming are like almost regiment-renowned storm vermin, but not the halberd variety. They're dual sword infantry. They have fast attacks. They're anti-infantry, and they come in and protect the warlord, which is quite cool. So they buff up the leadership of nearby lords. Apart from that, I don't think there's any more infantry, if I'm checking that out correctly. For missile infantry, oh, those flames did so much work. Hopefully you get to see more of these. The Doombringer warp fire throws did so much work last time. They were very neat. There's nothing too crazy. We do have more. The Moors clan rats with mace and ones with shield, and I believe the Wheels of Doom are a unit of 3, which is very badass. Oh, we also get the Black Hole Flayers. Yeah, there's a lot of these other units as well which come into it, which is cool. I'm very excited. Now, for the Dark Elves, I believe we do have a new hero. Yes, we have the Black Arc Reaver, who is like a souped up, what are they called? Corsair. Basically souped up Corsair. He's a Sea Dragon Cloak, he's Duelist, Murderous Mastery, has a net as well, which is quite useful. I think Loke Felhart also has a net now, which I guess just goes into the fact of them being pirates, so they kind of like use a fish net to pin the enemy in place. As for infantry, it looks the same. Oh. Ice Blades? There is a round unit of swords? I don't know. These guys have gold shields, so they're definitely modified at least. Infantry. Oh, cavalry is the same unit. Same unit as missile infantry. Cool. Mainly same stuff. We do, though, have the Shadowfire Guard, and they're very cool. They're a mixture of Phoenix Guard and Black Guard of Nagarond, like, all together. They're anti-large, they're very capable of looking after themselves. They come in with no mercy, which means they cause fear and do extra armor piercing and base weapon damage. They also have Azure Form ranks, which gives them extra melee defense and physical resistance. And then they come in with a load of crazy stuff. So if they're losing in melee, they gain damage resistance, leadership, and melee defense. And they also gain a constant hex on the enemy, lowering melee attack, armor piercing, and base weapon damage. So they've got a load of crazy stuff. They even come with murderous prowess, despite half of them being high elves. And then we also have the Manticore Lords, which is a unit of 4 Manticores, which is, you know, kind of crazy. Kind of crazy, but fun. How come no one uses Itic's Claw Flamethrower? Because you have to bring him on foot, and most of the time we see Itic Claw, he's not on foot. And the Flamethrower can do decent work. It can do decent work. Maybe we can try and... That can be like a challenge for us. We'll try and do that at some point and get a replay for it. Maybe that's what we're gonna... Because I'm gonna start the weekly challenge again. Cool. Just checking out my Discord, making sure there's no problems with any bots or anything. Looks like we are absolutely fine. Cool. Got back into the game. I think these guys are nearly ready by the looks of it. Could be the final battle, guys. It could be your last chance to smash that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it's the last chance, maybe it's not. Maybe we'll have one more game. Hopefully we do. Although I am starving right now, so I still need to cook, which will take me about half hour. So maybe not. But either way, I'll happily cast it regardless. Oh, big fat juicy stretch. It's been a long stream, but it's been a good stream. We took yesterday off streaming. Tomorrow's a chance, but again, I want to go watch a movie. I'm going to head to the cinema. I'm going to try and do that during the day. I think a bit more. I'll have to look at what times. Why do crabs only think for themselves? Because they're shellfish. I love it, Nafis. I love it. Thank you always for your support, by the way. You're always tuning in and being really lovely in chat and stuff. And so many of you guys, I see so many familiar faces. It is generally really encouraging. It's kind of the thing that's kept me going, is obviously seeing everyone enjoy your content. Because right now there's a big lull for Total War stuff in general, mainly just due to the fact we're kind of waiting on Total Warhammer 3, so nothing's really happening, and it's like, blah. They can grind down a bit, but you guys are the ones who keep me making stuff. Alright, well, Wicked D's got a 20 stack, so I'm assuming he's ready to rumble. I think Storm might be as well. By the sounds of it, he was saying good luck, have fun. Pretty interested to see how this performs, actually, both these builds. Both these builds are pretty crazy. They are pretty crazy indeed. Like, Storm is ready. We'll wait for Wicked to, like, get readied up, and then I'll get rid of that pesky screen blocker. You guys can see the glory. A corrupted bullfrog slam. We're a bit crazy because they eat about anything. Ooh. That'd be pretty nasty. I think someone did make a modded slan at one point. It was like a combat slan. I think there's a model in the game for a stand-in slan. Not that they ever meant to stand. But I swear I saw... There is a mod somewhere, I think, for a crazy melee slan. And he's, like, disgustingly slow. But I kind of think it touches. Go. Let us get rid of the blocker. And load in. So you can see at the moment the Skaven have come in with 20 stack. We are getting that special legendary hero, which would be very cool. And some of the legendary storm vermin as well. Yes, Nafis, the Dark Army grows. It's powerful. One day we shall overthrow the humans. Yes, yes. I mean, quack, quack. I mean, that should be our thing. Instead of like the Skaven where they're like, yes, yes, it's just quack, quack. Ducks could honestly, like, be a pretty good Skaven army. They take to, like, the sewage networks and stuff to get underneath. You have ponds. You're in every local pond on every local river. They're, like, everywhere at one go. You can swarm the enemy, but you can fly as well. Flying duck Jezzails. Yeah, there's, like, a Norscan Slan guy. I don't know if you remember. I don't remember fully about him. I saw a video on him, like a year ago or something crazy. But he looked pretty hilarious. So, very quickly again, double check. Yeah, we're all good. So, Wicked D, looking to try to get glory here in this best of 5 finals. If he wins this one, he will, of course, win today's tournament. There's nothing on the line, though. It's just a good, fun tournament. It was only open to DBD members. We maybe open up future modded campaigns to more people. If this is popular, I'll kind of check back at the end of the stream, see what people thought, what people said in the comments, and all that kind of good stuff. And here's a load of Skaven slaves. A load of Skaven slaves, in fact. All the way along a load of Skaven slaves. We have Morgs, Clan Rats, as well as Maces, which is pretty cool. We have double Poison Wind Mortars. We do indeed have the Teeth Breakers, the Council Guard, as well now as the Red Guard. They're legendary brothers. They look very cool. Dual-wielding nasty storm vermin. Coming in with the Protector of the Warlord, so they're relatively decent general. Pretty good stats, and 120 models is going to aid that quite a bit. I have a couple of units of Rat Ogres as well, which no doubt will be taking more of a flank approach, you'd assume, the majority of the time. But I do enjoy this build. Let's look at the Lords. So we have a Plague Priest over here, no doubt coming in with all the summons and the breath. It is indeed going to be that. We have a Deathmaster Snicketch, who may have a new item in. He's so good, he can hide in trees. That's how powerful he has become. He has Smoke Out, which gives a negative 10 to reload skill, melee attack, and speed. That's pretty cool. He's just going to outsmoke anyone who comes after him. He also has Weeping Blades, but that's pretty standard. We have Scar Bloodtail. Yes, yes. Probably the greatest ever storm vermin by the looks of him, if I had to judge his model. He has abandoned me, though. Where are you? Where are you, Scar? Come back. Come back, Scar. Where's he gone? Down here. There we go. So, pretty cool model all around. It's kind of like a special storm vermin. He comes in with the Coordinated Carnage, buffing up any lord or hero nearby. That's really going to help actually combining with Deathmaster and making him even more powerful. As a Storm Runner, he has Shades of Dual Weapons in the back, 2 units of those doing a cheeky Vanguard position. And for his main battle line, it is going to be Blackheart Corsairs, dotted all the way along. We also have double Halganeth Executioners and Witch Elves in the center. These guys are going to be very, very powerful, also coming in with no mercy. In the front, we have a Black Arc Reaver with a Greatsword. So you can bring this guy with a Great Bow, a Great Sword, or I think Sword and Shield. Obviously, they do pretty much standard stuff as you'd expect. He gets a little bit more AP with his Greatsword. He has the Vile Net, which can pin the enemy in place, Hurricane Blow, and the Dreadful Gaze. given negative reload skill and accuracy to nearby enemies. Chill Blade, given negative melee attack and speed, as well as no mercy as well. Apologies for the sirens outside my window there. We do have the Crows of Cain up in the skies, as well as the Manticore Lords, which is a unit of, I guess, they're kind of like, they look kind of like Black Guard of Naggarond, riding Manticores into battle, which is very, very cool stuff. Down in the shadows of the trees, we have a Sorceress of Death coming with a load of spells, my god. We have Fate Buna, Doom and Darkness, Spirit Leech, as well as Aspect of the Dread Knight. Not quite sure they're going to get to use all those up, but it does give them a decent bit of versatility. Oh, and hidden as well amongst the Manticore Lords, we actually have Crone Hellebron herself. She's going to be able to turn them to absolute kings right now. They're going to be lords by the end of this. She comes in with Gaze of Cain, the Witch Brew, Heroic Killing Blow. We have the Amulet of Dark Fire. We have the Cursed Blade. And we also have Kindle the Fury, which is quite nice, which is a constant buff to herself, increasing her base weapon damage by 20% and her melee attack by 10. Blood Frenzy, all the standard kind of stuff you'd expect. I like it. I like it a lot. Who's your money on, guys? Yeah, we can get Duck Bombers. It'd be amazing. It'd be amazing. It's hard to trust bagels. They seem very seedy sometimes. I get what you mean, man. I get what you mean. You gotta go with a good solid baguette. You gotta watch out for those wild tiger baguettes, though. They're pretty scary. Croissants went to the zoo with bagels and donuts. It was fun for the whole family. Yes. Yes. Alright, let's go. So, of course, the Dark Elves are going to have to bomb rush this formation. We do already have the Shades opening up in the back, but they're a little bit too close here, and this is kind of the problem, is that the Rat Ogres can easily counterpunch them super quickly. They're trying to get the damage done on the Poison with Mortars, but the Mutant Rat Ogre, as well as the Pit Fighters and other Rat Ogres, should be able to force back, and it's just kind of like a load of wasted value there. If they'd deployed in the corners, probably would have been better, because they could have that slow push. But hey, at least it's dragging back a lot of these heavy hitters to the back line of the formation, so he really needs to press his advantage while he has it right now. And the Black Corsairs are going to be driving forward. Poison Wind Mortars are about to start unleashing hell. Looks like they are currently aiming at the Shades. Going to do some lovely friendly fire as well, no doubt, to the Rat Ogres quite a lot. And the Shades are basically already beaten, so a bit of a misfire by the Skaven, but hey, friendly fire, it's in the Skaven rulebook. You have to do it at least once or twice a battle. Up in the skies, the Manticore Lords, very excited to see how they perform today. They're going to be diving in with Crone Hellebron. However, the Teeth Breakers will be unleashing a deadly salvo from the trees upon them, doing some really good damage right here. And where are the flamethrowers? That's what I want to see, because they did so much work last time. Maybe we don't actually have the flamethrowers. Maybe he picked them out of his build. In the main fight, though, there's a load of damage coming just down to everyone right now. We do have the Gaze of Cain going down, and the Hero Blobs doing a ton of damage, but likewise the Teeth Breakers are racking up the damage. Look how much they're doing to Crone Hellebron. She has been eviscerated in a matter of seconds. That is some insane work done here by the Teeth Breakers, already up to 1.3k damage value, and they're basically going to instantly kill the Lord. Beautiful play. And Stormrunner, he knows it's over already, and he's going to back out. He's going to back out. There's no chance. Crone Hellebron was gone. Shades were gone. Apologies for an anticlimactic final game there, but I do think that was basically over. The Teeth Breakers just brought the pain. 2,300 damage value in like 20 seconds. 20 seconds to get that much value. It was wild. Absolutely insane stuff. The infantry didn't do too much, obviously. Like, damage value is not going to be crazy across the board for anything. Deathmaster Snickage, 560 and 130 for Scar Bloodtail. The Crone just simply didn't have enough punch. 450 damage value. The air core was starting to go down. He'd lost both his Shades. It was a little bit rough there, I think, for the Dark Elves in the end. GG. Thanks for the games, guys. Awesome tournament. So, let's update the scoreboard. That is going to be 3-1 to WikiD, winning our first ever modded tournament. It was a load of fun, guys. I really did enjoy this tournament in general. Apologies again for, like, the last game. A little bit anticlimactic, but I certainly don't blame Storm there. It was definitely over, I think, with his Lord going down so quickly. She simply got roasted and just deleted. She just got absolutely deleted. Yeah, the perfect angle of fire. It was slightly on the high ground. They were launching it into her rear as well. So she really wasn't enjoying that, and she just got dragged down so quickly. Yeah, that was some crazy stuff. Thank you so much for this tourney. No worries, guys. I hope you did enjoy. Again, if you did enjoy, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment underneath this video. It's going to become a video in a second when I end the stream. Comment underneath and let me know if you want to see more of this stuff in the future. That's what will make me decide if we do more modded tournaments and stuff, and all that kind of cool stuff. But it's cool to see, more units and stuff coming into the game. But let's just live a little last shout out there. No worries, bud. To Wicked D. And the stream's not over just yet, guys. I'm going to need your help with something. Some very important stuff's going to be happening. So, no worries, bud. Congrats on your victory. So now, guys, what we're going to do... Thanks for tournament. Hoped I could show off some cool builds. Man, you did really good, Wicked D. Some lovely builds and some really awesome stuff. That placement at the end was very, very scary. Very, very scary on the poor... Oh, something pops up. Oh, no, we're all good. I don't know why it says I'm getting messages everywhere. Oh, I think the bot just tried doing stuff everywhere before it got deleted. Before we go, we're going to go on a little bit of a raid, guys. So let's end the channel here, the poll. And the poll for the tournament, see what you guys want, the campaign, 60% yes, 25% only highlights, 14% no. So a little bit mixed bag there. A little bit mixed, but that's all good. Let's go find another Total War streamer. Turin streaming. Oh, he's streaming Age of Empires. Okay, so Turin streaming Age of Empires. I think Mercy the Mad streaming. So let's go raid him. He's a super lovely dude. And I think it makes his day. If we go over there and raid him a little bit, just start yelling quack. Make his day. He played really good in the event we did. He actually was trying out some multiplayer. And he played out in the Teach Me Total War event we did. So let's drop a load of this and go a party over there. Late to the party, checking the replays though. Well done to all involved. Thank you so much, Hugh Downer. Don't worry, man. You've got plenty to watch up on. I think the stream went on for quite some time now. Maybe about 3 hours, which is a decent length, I think. Great Tawny Ducky McDuckface. Thank you, man. Thank you so much, dude. Yeah, cool. There's a link to Mercy the Mad. Let's go raid him. I'll meet you over there in just a second. And thank you, by the way, also to all the mods, and a special thank you to Torx the Brass Ball for the donation. I really appreciate it. But yeah, all the mods as well, everyone who was in here today, Wicked D, Geese Howard, Black Fawn was in here at different points, Cap Tellus. Really appreciate you guys and all the support you do to the channel. But that's it for me today. Let's go raid Mercy, and until next time, peace, peace, and as always, stay awesome.